talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Commercial vehicles built around your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
With your latest sport headlines, I'm Matt Hutchinson. talkSPORT understands William Saliba has agreed a new long-term deal at Arsenal. He had been on Real Madrid's radar with his previous contract expiring in 2027. Elsewhere this lunchtime, Gabby Agbonlahor thinks Unai Emery is fair to call his players lazy, and the Premier League stats back it up.
Interceptions 18th, clearances 19th, tackles 1, 18th, aerial duels 1, 15th, they've been ranked, duels 1 in general, 19th.
Gab says it's nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch, though, and is backing Emery's side to get a result later. You can hear Villa versus Bologna live on talkSPORT. That starts at 7. Another player flourishing after leaving Man United, the Real Betis sporting director has called Anthony the best signing in the club's history. He scored a late equaliser against Forest last night. Zoe Aldcroft will captain an unchanged England in Saturday's Rugby Union World Cup final against Canada. The sellout crowd at Twickenham will set a record in the women's game. And Luke Donald has taken a dig at the Ryder Cup's mercenary Americans. He says Team Europe are playing for something that money can't buy.
We're not just playing to win, we're playing for each other. And for every young golfer back home who dreams about one day representing Team Europe. We know it won't be easy. Winning away never is.
More Ryder Cup build-up on talkSPORT's Golf YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Ticketmaster has agreed to change how it sells tickets after an investigation by the competition watchdog into the Oasis reunion tour. And the government is considering helping suppliers hit by Jaguar Land Rover's cyber attack. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Come rain or shine, we've got your car's inbuilt safety tech covered with expertly trained technicians across the country, so you can drive away happy every time.
Plenty of sunshine across the UK this afternoon, turning hazy in places. We're expecting a dry evening as well.
Good afternoon. You're listening to the institution that is Hawksby and Jacobs on talkSPORT. Max Rushden in the Hawksby role doing the hard yards with Charlie Baker, just sitting there like a coiled Andy Jacobs spring, complaining and telling us what's coming up between now and 4 o'clock.
Yeah, go get it. This afternoon we'll talk to Robert Earnshaw after Nottingham Forest's first European game in donkey's years last night. England rugby winger Topsy Ojo will tell us about the all-new Prem rugby. And my friend Tom Allen, who has little to no interest in sport, is here to talk about gardening.
A musician and Liverpool fan, Tom Spate, is in to talk about his new single and being featured on Match of the Day. And Arsenal fan and broadcaster Harry Symeou will do a bit on the Gunners.
Yeah,
there.
Rupert
William
the Bell.
Saliba news, good for them.
Rupert the Bell, Ring My Bell, is in New York ahead of the Ryder Cup. And Tim Vickery is here to tell us what's happening in South America.
All that, plus I return to take my rightful crown as the world's greatest birthday spreader. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Charlie.
Good afternoon, Max. Lovely to have you here on a Thursday.
That's very kind of
I
you.
mean, I feel like I should have done a bit more of a shouty intro, like go get it and like music and all sorts of stuff. But it's very, very sensible, isn't it, on a Thursday?
It's an afternoon.
It's
an
nice
afternoon. Yeah, no, we're just here to not upset the institution of Hawksby and Jacobs
Keep the
listeners
show
too much.
on air.
Exactly. The show's good. We don't have to change it. The nonsense that we do on a Saturday, it's a different show.
Yeah.
They're different people. We're different people in the afternoon, Charlie. But if just before Rupert Bell comes on,
Yes.
if we play You Can Ring My Bell and we sing it out loud, as long as Andy isn't listening to that bit,
Well, yeah, sure. Although,
I think we'll be okay.
I think we're allowed to do that. I think Rupert would like that. He's in America. He'll be very American now, Rupert. When he'll be saying
so?
sidewalk.
Do you think he's gone full MAGA?
He'll be.
That's it? He's joined ICE.
Yeah,
I think that's what's
what
happened
it is.
to
Yeah,
Rupert.
Fully drugstore, fully eggplant, all those things.
He'll be in army fatigues.
He will be.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
I'm here for it. Oh, I love the Ryder Cup. I do think it might be the greatest single sporting event there is. And I don't know the top 10 golfers in the world anymore, Charlie. I'll be honest.
not?
I think Fuzzy Zeller might be in it, if you ask me. There's every chance that it's Craig Stadler and Bernard Langer. But still, when it gets down to the singles, and as if there's a chance, because away is tough. It's a tough place to go, America, isn't it? And they won't be well. They'd have been at customs. They'd have been there for ages, checking Ian Poulter's Twitter to see if he has said anything bad about the administration. That's what they did. They've been there for hours and hours. Yeah. Golf clubs. You're trying to bring golf clubs in. What are you trying to do? That's what they'll say.
Can't get metal through the detector.
Exactly. So they're going to have to play with old wooden clubs at the Ryder Cup this time.
They will.
They
will. That's exactly what's happening.
Got absolutely no
balls
chance.
Made of feathers. But enough about Rupert Bell.
Hey, I've got something. We did discuss this before the programme, Charlie. But I think it's a good text. I think it's a good text subject.
Go on.
From the Daily Star today.
Oh, well.
Millions of blokes have admitted to fibbing about their football skills. Some 60% of British men said they lied about their talents on the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
The top porkies. No one has said porkies for a long time, Daily Star. Include bragging about scoring phantom hat-tricks to claiming they could have gone pro had they not had some form of bad luck. And that is the text topic is, I think, it's either could you have gone pro?
Yeah. Why didn't you go pro?
Why didn't you go pro? Or did anybody say to you, look, I had trials with Crystal Palace. It's always Crystal Palace. I had trials with Palace and you've got them along for a game and they were absolutely useless.
Yeah, lovely.
That's what we're really looking for. 1889. 1889 at Max Rushden, just somebody who said to you, yes, I could have gone pro. I had trials with them. Or absolutely, why didn't you go pro? 1889 at Max Rushden at Baker's tweet. And I think that'll set us up. Now, it does remind me of, you've seen, and I've just written a column about him, Carell Prince, the HMRC of podcasts. Have you seen
Oh, yes, it's great. Holding many talkSPORT co-presenters and presenters to account, in fact.
It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. It's a sort of gotcha thing, but he does it inside. If you haven't seen it, he basically goes, the famous one is Lee Clark.
Lee Clark,
yeah. Who said the best player he played against was Zinedine Zidane when Newcastle played Juventus in the Champions League. And this guy just said, well, he's never played in the Champions League. And when Newcastle played Juventus, he was at Fulham and Zidane was at Real Madrid. But those details aside...
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I don't know, because comedians, stand-up comedians, you embellish truths, right? For your show.
Sure, yeah.
And some after-dinner work of footballers is kind of that kind of thing. So maybe it doesn't matter, but I love his work. He watched 2 full games of Gary Taylor-Fletcher playing for Blackpool against Manchester United, because Gary Taylor-Fletcher had tweeted, I tore Vidic apart over 2 games. And he found one bit where Taylor-Fletcher does get past Vidic on the byline and puts in a cross that comes to nothing. He said that's it in 180 minutes. So no ex-pro is safe. And I, maybe I think I'm honest, Charlie, but maybe some of my anecdotes aren't. Maybe
it was a £5 peach.
Maybe.
I mean, you really have to know Max's.
Maybe it was Bruno Brooks Breville. Maybe
you don't know. These, as they say, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Yeah, but watch out, all ex-pros. But look, if you thought you were going to go pro, why didn't you go pro? Or if someone said, yeah, I could have gone pro, and they kept saying it, and actually they turned out to be rubbish. 1889 at Max Rushden at Baker's tweet. Let's talk to our football correspondent, Alex Crook. He joins us. Good news for Arsenal fans, and William Saliba signing that new deal. Hey, Crookie.
Hey, Crookie.
Good afternoon. Have I told you about the time that I scored at Fratton Park?
I mean, I've heard it, and I don't. I mean, look, I can't. I can't. Those things, glass houses can't throw stones. But was it a good goal, Crookie? Could you have made it?
See, in my head, it was a 25-yard screamer into the top corner. In reality, it was a 6-yard tap in with an open goal. But they all count.
Never ever watch yourself play football. It is horrific.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm Berbatov. And I found a photo of this game I played at Old Trafford, and I looked like the first ever primate doing evolution's first ever kick. It's really terrible. Anyway, Crookie, tell us about William Saliba.
Yeah, this is a guy who actually can play football and probably quite enjoys watching himself, I would imagine. Arsenal fans have certainly enjoyed watching him over the past few seasons. And as you say, good news, he has committed his future now to a new contract. He's not been signed yet, but we're expecting a formal announcement in the coming days. It will keep him at the Emirates until the summer of 2030. So effectively, it's a new 5-year contract for Saliba because he had 2 years left on his old deal. And this feels significant because there has been genuine interest from Real Madrid and other top European clubs. And I think when Andrea Berta was appointed as Arsenal sporting director, he was tasked with making sure that Saliba committed his future. That has happened, and I would expect now contract talks with Bukayo Saka to ramp up. So this is a key player for Mikel Arteta, who is going to be there for the foreseeable future.
Does this feel like a real deal, Crookie, or is this one of those ones, a sort of back-off deal?
Yeah, I think it's a message to Real Madrid for sure, but I think the fact that they've managed to get him to commit with the interest from Spain is a significant statement because as Liverpool found out with Trent Alexander-Arnold, they might find out with Ibrahima Konate yet. When Real Madrid come calling, it can be difficult to stop a player from leaving. But Saliba obviously feels settled at Arsenal. He obviously feels like they're going in the right direction. And there has been quite a bit of scrutiny actually aimed at Mikel Arteta in the wake of the draw against Manchester City. Was he ambitious enough? Did he get his team selection right? Saliba clearly feels that they are genuine title contenders, maybe genuine Champions League contenders as well, having reached the semi-finals last season.
And meanwhile, other side of North London, João Palhinha, Thomas Frank wants to make this permanent. I don't blame him.
No, he's been terrific, hasn't he? João Palhinha. I've got to say, I had reservations when Tottenham signed him because he was a couple of years older than when he was last in the Premier League. He didn't feature as regularly as he would have wanted to for Bayern Munich. So I thought it was a signing that came with a bit of risk attached. I'm not afraid to hold my hands up and say I was wrong. I think he's settled in really well to what Thomas Frank wants from him. He's scored a couple of goals already. I think he is a leader in that team, and maybe that is still an issue for Tottenham. They've not got enough of those. So, yeah, there's a £27 million buy option in his loan deal from Bayern Munich, and I'm told that Tottenham are keen to activate that maybe as soon as January.
Good stuff, Crookie. Thanks for coming on,
Crookie.
pal.
Cheers, boys.
Matt says, what a bonus. The best combo. Max and Charlie, what a day to be alive. Simon
nice.
says, get in. The perfect birthday spread. FA trophy version. Thanks, Max and Charlie, says James from Lincoln. Simon in Preston says, I told my friends that I impressed a Kidderminster scout when playing at the age of 18. But I got ran over the day after and did my leg. One of those things is true.
Wow.
Thank you, Simon. So keep those coming, please. 81089 at Max Rushden at Baker's Tweet. You're listening to Rushden and Baker on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. Next stop, Toolstation.
night for Nottingham Forest, their first European assignment in the best part of 30 years. Slides it forward to McCampbell, and Real Betis take the lead. Forest's return to Europe is off to the worst possible start. Gives right across the box, turned in by Igor Jesus. Nottingham Forest's first European goal scorer since Steve Stone way back in the mid-1990s. Right for the delivery and headed down and in. Igor Jesus again, and Nottingham Forest have turned this game right around.
Oh, what a game.
Maybe an opportunity here for Real Betis, right across the face of goal and turned in by Anthony. Wouldn't you just know it, the man who struggled under the weight of expectation at Manchester United is thriving. It finishes Real Betis 2, Nottingham Forest 2, a point for Forest after 29 years away from European competition.
That's how it sounded on talkSPORT 2. Not a bad point in the end at Real Betis for Forest, I think. Just before we talk to Robert Earnshaw on the subject of I could have made it and lying about your sporting ability, this text says, I work with a lad who lies about everything. He's the only person to ever see a panther in Whitby.
Lovely.
Is that the Urban Dictionary?
Lovely
the other month, he told us he has a record for rowing in the Thames, even though he lives in the northeast. But the record he has, he said nobody's got within half an hour of this time. No word of what the race was or anything. So
you
anyway,
can't check it, Max. How are you going to check that man's record? You can't check.
You can't check. He might be telling the truth. Anyway, let's talk to former Nottingham Forest striker Robert Earnshaw. How are you, Robert?
Hello, Robert.
Excellent, guys. Good afternoon.
Good news.
Good afternoon. The man who stopped in a lay-by to talk to us when his wife was giving birth. The first warm-up baby. There is Robert Earnshaw, a hero to talkSPORT.
Yes.
I hope the nipper is doing well, Robbie. Let's talk about Forest. I mean, it's always disappointing to concede late on. And I know they haven't got a win under Ange Postecoglou, but the signs are there that they are sort of changing how they're playing. And I don't know, I sort of feel there are people who sort of have written off Ange because of what happened at Tottenham, but actually it could be working out.
Yeah, well, first of all, my little girl says the contract it should be in the post, right?
For me? Good. Yeah, sure. Go get it.
Sport.
Of course.
No, on a serious note, I watched the game last night. I watched the Burnley game as well for Forest. And I was actually impressed, both games. I thought they drew against Burnley, didn't get a win, of course, but what you see is a real good side. And then last night, especially the first half, 2-1 up halftime. And halftime, you could say, wow, that's one of the best performances I've seen in the last 20, 30 years from Nottingham Forest team in Europe, away to Real Betis. I know Betis because I watched so many of their games over the last 20 years. They're so good at home. And you just thought, wow, okay, Forest are ready for Europe. Yes, of course, second half, they get a little bit nervous, understandable. But, under Ange, I'm not about this kind of narrative of, but the last season at Tottenham, he didn't do too well. Well, he did. He went and won a European trophy. And the season before, he finished fifth. So, and also, let's face it, all of us have loved having Ange in the Premier League with his beautiful attacking football. We can't forget why we love football. But I would say he's got some work to do. And with Forest, you just see, could be the beginnings of something really, really, really good. Because when I saw that first half, I thought they were in control, creating chances. And Anderson, every single game that I see him in midfield, I just think he becomes better and better. Igor Jesus up top, I've watched him every game and I'm thinking, okay, who's this boy? What's he got? And, I'm a big fan of his. Chris Wood, of course, top scorer last season, but Igor Jesus with his 2 goals, I just thought he was brilliant again last night. So I just see good signs.
I think you're absolutely right. The narrative when Ange got the job was, he hasn't got the players at the moment to play his style. But obviously he'll find that. He's only 4 games in, he'll find that. And the fans, Robbie, I've got friends who are Nottingham Forest fans, and you look on Twitter and on the Instagram, the fans, they seem to love that last night, to be back there and to play so well. And they all had a smile on their face, and that's what it's all about, Robbie, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? Absolutely. I mean, I looked at that game and I thought, do you know what? I would love to be in that stadium, putting on that Nottingham Forest shirt again and going out, and 50, 60,000 people, and you're in a European competition. And also, guess what? Your team is going for it.
Yeah.
It's not defensive.
That's all you want.
It's not just turning up to, hopefully we don't get beat. It was turning up to try and go beat Betis in their own home.
Yeah.
And for me, you're going to get much better results in that position than a defensive position. But listen, I just thought I thought they were really, really excellent in so many different areas. And what I did like about it was I think a real kind of tribute to the fans, because the fans have seen everything. I mean, when I was there for 3 years, we were ups, downs, so close.
Yeah.
And the ups and downs. But what I do love about the fans at Nottingham Forest is they will back you.
Yeah.
They're right behind you. They love the ups and downs, but they'll still be right behind you. I think that's the beautiful thing about Nottingham Forest fans. So I think what a nice moment that would have been just before kickoff for the fans to look out in the stadium. They see their team down there playing in Europe. So I think that was the takeaway.
The lot of a footballer is interesting, isn't it? When you talk about Chris Wood, this player who was one of the best centre forwards in the league last year, and now manager changes, and he looks like he might not. I don't know if he was fully fit yesterday, but he was on the bench. He didn't even come on when Jesus came off. They brought in another centre forward that they'd signed, and that is just so. I don't know if you've ever been in that position. I don't know if you've ever been in that position, Robert, where you are the guy, and then suddenly someone else turns up and they go, "I'm not having Robert Earnshaw."
Yeah.
Well, listen, plenty of times, and they know as well you've got goals in them. That's the thing. I looked at it and I thought, that's a bit strange that he's not brought on Chris Wood. So I think maybe there must have been some kind of little injury or something where he wasn't kind of needed. And also in the game, they were kind of 2-1 up. Maybe he was kind of thinking, let me save him. He's played a lot of minutes. Let me save him for the weekend. But unfortunately, that was finished at the end because, they score 5 minutes to go with Anthony scoring the equalizer. And it was too late to bring him on by then. But you're just in a position that Igor Jesus is actually scored, 4 goals now, 2 against Swansea, 2 last night in Europe. He looks the real deal. Chris Wood is still excellent. I mean, his season last year was incredible. Over 20 goals for Nottingham Forest, taking them to Europe. So the beautiful thing is, yes, and I've been on both sides. Chris Wood is a really good option. Igor Jesus is a really good option. So Ange has actually got a really nice kind of position to pick from, because he's going to get a goal scorer, whoever he chooses. And you've got no wrong answer, really, because I look at Jesus and I think, okay, he's new, he's fresh, but he's got so many good attributes. And they're slightly different also. Both strikers are slightly different in terms of how they play. So he's got a nice position to choose from, Ange.
Good stuff, Robbie. Love to you and the family.
Pleasure, guys.
Cheers, Robbie.
Good man, Robert Earnshaw there. Aston Villa Bologna, by the way, from the Europa League, is live on talkSPORT. Natalie Sawyer will be a host for that one. Jim Proudfoot, Leanne Sanderson, your commentary team. Paul in Huddersfield says, hi, Max and Charlie. I was working with a Brazilian lad a few years ago while I was coaching my local football team.
He'll be good.
Of course he'll be good, won't he? Being Brazilian, I asked him if he played football. He told me he was at Leeds United Academy when he was younger. Yeah. So I convinced him to sign for us and play. I bigged him up to all the lads and the other coach that we'd just signed, our very own Brazilian wonder kid that was at Leeds United Academy. The day came for him to play. I started him. It turned out he was possibly one of the worst footballers I'd ever seen at our level. And he couldn't even run properly. Like he ran like he had no hips or knees, if you could picture that. We took him off after 20 minutes. Please keep those coming in.
Yeah, there's absolutely loads of those coming in.
Max and Charlie, with you. The phone lines are red hot, aren't they? Not because we haven't asked you to call. I'm not in the studio. Let's be honest about this. I can't even see them.
Are you not?
I can't even see them. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm in a shed, but fine. They've let me do the show, and I'm happy to do it. However you watch telly. I'm not reading this, Charlie. It's just a thought of mine. You can now watch talkSPORT from Samsung and LG TVs to Fire TV, Chromecast, and Apple TV, or just grab the app on Android TV and Google TV. We're even on Prime Video. talkSPORT live on your screen as well as your speakers, so you you can see me and Charlie. One of us has a big moustache.
Big moustache.
The other one's in a shed. So you can decide who's who. If you're just listening like a normal old school listener, we accept all of you. It is Max Rush and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT.
We understand William Saliba has agreed a new long-term contract at Arsenal. He had been on Real Madrid's radar with his previous deal expiring in 2027. We're told the Gunners' new sporting director, Andrea Berta, has made it a priority to hold on to Saliba. Elsewhere, how's Ange Ball working out for Nottingham Forest?
Yes, Forest conceded a goal late on in the game yesterday, but it was really organised defensively. You know, and particularly considering the pressure and the occasion, I thought that the whole team performance was really good.
That's talkSPORT presenter and Forest fan Max Scott. He was in Spain for their 2-2 draw with Real Betis. Now, ahead of Aston Villa's game tonight, Gabby Agbonlahor thinks Unai Emery is fair to call his players lazy, and the Premier League stats back it up.
There is problems, of course there is, but nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch. And I'm sure the manager will pick the right team tonight to go and get a result.
Villa versus Bologna is live on talkSPORT from 7 p.m. And talkSPORT's US writer Brian T. Smith says everything is leading towards a European away win at this weekend's Ryder Cup.
It's been a disadvantage. We're talking about this, right? The fact that the Americans have to pay their players to participate. Part of it goes to charity, but they're trying to do a PR spin on this, and none of it makes any sense.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Rushden Baker on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. Next stop, Toolstation. Now let's do a bit of Rugby Union. The Gallagher Prem is back. But first game tonight, Sale Sharks versus Gloucester. Will be live on talkSPORT 2. Alfie Reynolds and Brian Redpath will be your commentators for that. Let's talk to the former England wing and fullback and London Irish legend, Topsy Ojo. How you doing,
Hey, Topsy?
Afternoon, gents. I'm all good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Very, very good. So it's a rebrand. It's no longer the Premiership. It's the Prem. They've taken away the earship. It's easy to be sort of snooty about rebranding, but do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, look, I think we're in this area where tradition is kind of being pushed aside and we're trying to get into a new era of sports, and branding is one of those. So, yeah, the Premiership is no longer. It's now the Prem, and you will get a slap on the wrist if you say otherwise. And they're looking to take the game forward, I guess, celebrate the things that make rugby unique.
Sure. You can rebrand it all you like, but I think the winners might be the same team. I think it's Bath to lose. You, Topsy?
Yeah, 100% agree. They were excellent last season. Somehow they've probably got even stronger this year as well, and they will definitely be the ones to chase, the ones with their target on their back. There'll be a good chasing pack. You look at some of the signings coming back into the league. An Owen Farrell at Saracens in particular. Saracens, Bristol, maybe a Northampton as well, and a Sale Sharks part of that chasing pack. But yeah, it's Bath to lose, I think, once again.
And Newcastle become Newcastle Red Bull. That changes the financial landscape, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was huge news. And I think the impact of it, we're probably not going to see it as much this season. But the good thing is you've started to see the impact that a brand like Red Bull will bring. So, of course, they've rebranded the team as well.
Yeah.
They're now the Newcastle Red Bulls. The first game they played under the new banner was, I think, close to a sellout, if not a sellout. So there'll be renewed impetus and energy around what Newcastle can do this season. They've picked up a couple of signings as well. I think Liam Williams, the Wales international and Lions fullback, has just joined. But also, I guess, as an advert for the league, what that sort of investment brings as well. When you have a player like Red Bull come in, and we've seen what they've done in F1 and in other sports, if they can have half the impact in rugby and bring some others along for the ride as well, then hopefully the sport can start to really continue on an upward trajectory.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I suppose that's the interesting thing. Obviously, a lot of talkSPORT, 90% of talkSPORT is football. A lot of our listeners are football fans first and might have a second sport, but might have no interest in rugby. What is the state of rugby union at the moment? Because you hear some horror stories about clubs having no money, and how difficult is it to just, because I was thinking about this when I was talking about athletics the other day, that I used to love athletics, but I've got no time for it now. The World Champions on, but there's so much football that I don't know the impact of that has on other sports like rugby.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a very different world, and unless you are football, you are really fighting for participation, for audience, for viewers. So you kind of have to do everything you can to say we're the second sport that you should come on board with. So rugby's no different. So whether it's rebranding, whether it's figuring out how we get more people playing it, how more people in the stadiums, you kind of have to really engage and go after it. And like other sports are no different, whether that's athletics and tennis, and there's always that balance between, right, we want money coming in, so whether that's from sponsorship or from TV numbers, but also we want as many people to see the sport as well. So that's the other free-to-air side of it. And you want both, but you can't have both, can you? So it is a difficult conundrum. But like I say, rugby's really going after trying to solve that problem. The Prem is one of those ideas, trying to create a good narrative around the league as well, celebrating the physicality, the athletes, the stories, the players, and try and build on that through the season.
First game of the Prem tonight. I'm going to start saying it all the time just to get it in my head.
Yeah, see, there you go.
First game of the tonight. Sale Sharks v Gloucester. Sale very much best of the rest, in my opinion, after Bath.
Yeah, they've had a really good couple of seasons. Of course, they were in the final 2 years ago, lost out at semis narrowly last year, and they've got a quality roster. So again, it's just about consistency through the season. They've got a brilliant fly half in George Ford, who picked up his 100th England cap over the summer. Great coaching team led by Alex Anderson. And yeah, the objective for them will be to push Bath all the way to be at the big dance next summer and try and win it. that's what they're there for. It's kind of they've built themselves as the pride of the North over recent years. Again, rebranding themselves in terms of we are the Northern team, and they've tried to bring people along for the ride.
Well, listen, thanks so much for coming on, Topsy.
Thanks, Topsy.
Good luck to everyone with the rebrand. And, you can listen to Sales Sharks Gloucester on talkSPORT 2 tonight. Cheers, Topsy.
All right, cheers, guys. Catch you soon.
Topsy Ojo there, former England wing and fullback.
I've met him at the Lions launch last year. And he's such a nice man.
Yeah.
Such a nice man. Really knows his stuff and was a brilliant player. If you can get Topsy Ojo highlights, then do, Max. It's a good game. It's a good game. People who say no one would go, people only go because you're allowed to drink in the stadium. They're half right.
Yeah. Well, do you need a rebrand? Charlie
Do I need a rebrand? Do you think I should lose the E. Baker?
Yeah.
Just be Charles.
Yeah. Charles back.
Charles
Max
back.
Rush.
J-Bay.
Good work, isn't it? Yeah. How would you rebrand talkSPORT? 8-10-89. That's a dangerous question, isn't it?
That, Max. Don't ask that. We're doing very nicely on the text board at the moment.
I'm interested. 8-10-89 at Max Rushden at Baker Street. If you'd like to rebrand the radio station, we have to listen to our listeners. They're the most important part of this. You're the most important part of this. So if you'd like to rebrand it somehow, yes, Charlie.
With nearly going pro, if you were just a big fat bloke, you could go, I was nearly a rugby player, and people would believe you. If you were just like a 6'2" massive fat bloke,
right?
You could go, I nearly played for Gloucester.
Of a certain age, because it has changed the game.
Yeah, it has a bit.
It has changed. I think 60 plus. If you're a big lad, then you could do that.
Exactly.
Anyway, it is Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you on talkSPORT until for birthday spread today. Can I win again? Can I win again? The difficulty is I just don't know as many of the people as all the other competitors in the tournament. That's the issue. Tom Allen, comedian,
brilliant,
absolutely no interest in sport at all, is coming on here to talk about a gardening podcast, and I'm here for it. And he'll join us in just a second. Ian in Altrincham has been in touch, Charlie.
Hello, Ian.
Re the Panther in Whitby. That could actually be true. There are loads of big cat sightings in England every year. Some of them backed up by credible video and phones. We can't see. Have you ever seen a panther in Whitby?
What's the biggest cat you've ever seen? No. Have you ever seen anything unexplained?
No, I prefer... I don't like the second one. I just think that could take us down, especially when we're visual.
Yeah, they'll go, yes, I can see it on LG TV and on Amazon Prime and Samsung.
Yeah, I don't want that. Anyway, let's talk to Tom Allen.
Oh, yes,
my
please.
second favourite host on Virgin Radio, Charlie.
Yes, go.
After your good self.
Yes, never miss a goal, never miss a beat.
Yes, and Tom has a new podcast about gardening called Pottering.
Brilliant.
I could hear you laughing in the background. Tom, we're going to play. Do you want us to play a clip of it, Tom?
Max, I don't mind. I'm just here for a good time. So you do whatever you normally would do on your football show.
Right. Well, first of all, what I want to know, Tom, is do you think Amorim should stick with a 3-4-2-1?
I don't know much about time signatures, but
Specialised podcast. It's all the rage. That's gardening, and I said, okay, so I've come to garden. This is what I'd wear garden. I've got some wellies on, some tracksuit bottoms, and my dog walking coat that's still got mud on. So this is real.
Very nice. Very nice. Relaxing, isn't it?
So yeah, it is relaxing. Tell us about it, please, Tom.
I realised that I enjoy spending time in the garden. It's a very calming place for me. It's time when I'm not on my phone, and I thought maybe I could share this experience with people via the means of a visualised podcast. So it's available as a podcast or as a sort of TV show, I suppose, equivalent on YouTube, and it's basically me chatting to some of my friends about their experience of gardening within the garden, and we've had some nice times.
I like what you've done. What you've done, Tom, is you found something you enjoy and find relaxing. It's very much like me with football. You find it gets you out of your head, and you've decided I'm going to make this as stressful as possible by making it my job and monetizing it.
That's exactly what I've done, and I realise that now. Why can't I just be content with the thing that makes me content? Instead, I thought it would be great to invite my friends into the garden and then film them.
Lovely.
And me, and share it with people who can hopefully offer positive comments, but I'm sure there'll be some negative ones there because there always are, and that will probably damage me and scar me for the rest of my life.
Did you garden before you had a garden, Tom?
Well, how would I have done that, Charlie?
Did you have something in your house or
vigilante
indoor
gardening
plants or a cactus?
I like the idea of breaking into somebody's house and then just doing up their garden. That would be a very camp form of burglary. I got into it when I got my own place because for a long time I lived with mum and dad, and then they were into mum's into gardening, and dad always liked growing vegetables. And when I got my own place, I realised I had this garden and I should do something with it. And then when I lost my dad, then it became quite a nice thing to do to sort of remember him, but also to sort of give yourself a bit of space as well. And I think that's what the garden afforded me. Not to take it down a maudlin path.
No, it's nice
on this sunny afternoon, but it for me it felt very soothing. And I thought, well, actually, in our fractured world where we all spend a lot of time on our phones, worrying, shouting at things, everybody's sort of quite polarized, I'd say, and quite divided. I thought maybe I could do something that's soothing and calming, and maybe that'll do some good in the world.
Here's a question, Tom, that I ask most ex-pros we have on. But what's your favourite flower?
Well, nice. I'm glad you asked that on this sporting show. I've quite got into a begonia recently, quite like a big flower on a begonia. But I love a dahlia as well.
Oh, I love
Dahlias,
dahlia.
which you can cut and bring indoors. And I think they were quite unfashionable for a long time, but now they're all the rage. So.
They back it. It's always that, isn't it? They always come back in. And I'm always, if you're out of fashion, and I like the dahlias before they got big again. I'd like to sort of say that. Anyways,
with you, man.
You like the dahlias? Name one of the songs off their album.
do guests plant stuff? Because it is visual as well, which is sort of the way these podcasts are going. Like, do people come and you say, "Here's a rose," and plant it, and then come back in a year and see where it is? You can have repeat guests like that.
Well, that would be nice to do that. This is our first outing of it, of course, but I've been trying to engage people in doing a bit of planting, or maybe even asking their advice. So Kerry Godleman, another episode that's out today, she advises me on how to grow tomatoes, which I was not having very much success with. Later on in the series, I get Joe Brown to do a window box. So there's something for everybody. And I always say I'm a proud novice. Like I I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot, and I sort of enjoy sharing knowledge and just little bits of information about how you can sort of engage in gardening, whatever your inclination is, and whether you have the space or not. Hopefully there's something for everybody.
My wife's a king gardener, and as you know, Tom, and she has found and told me how plants will not bloom and be at their best unless they are in the right situation in the garden. And this is very much like a footballer, Tom. If the footballer is in the wrong style of team, they will not bloom. Is that good, Max?
The thing,
Was that good,
isn't
Max?
It? That's very good,
like
Max.
that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's, sorry, I thought you meant as in a good maxim. But yes,
why
that's
not?
very good. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I think that's very true, isn't it? And my other favourite bit of gardening wisdom is a weed is just a flower in the wrong place.
Oh, right,
and
okay.
I think that's quite nice as well. There's lots to take from gardening that we can apply to our wider lives, I think. But I think, yeah, we all do need to be in the right place to thrive, don't we? Some people like Crystal Palace, other people don't.
I know you've been to West Ham.
Two states of football teams. Either like Crystal Palace or you don't. Sorry, Charlie.
Well,
I wanted to know what's Kerry Godleman telling us about tomatoes. What's the advice?
Oh, well, she was very keen to show me that you can, if you've got a small plant that you've started off, you can plant it quite deep, and then as they grow, they want to bush out. Well, you don't want that bushiness. You want them to grow high, so you need to take out the bits in the corners where they try and go bushy, and you want it to grow tall. So she taught me the courage to do that, and I think that's actually been very rewarding there, I'll say.
And actually, because I think between us, me and my wife managed to grow 2 tomatoes in separate hemispheres. But when you do eat your own tomato, the taste of it, it's better than the supermarkets, Tom, isn't it?
Well, I find that with potatoes as well. I like to grow a potato, and I find they can be very, very hardy, and then you get a real, fun experience of digging them out. You never know quite what's going to be under there. Sometimes there's loads, sometimes there's small potatoes. But again, that's another lovely metaphor for certainly life.
Tom, you said tomatoes. Max, you said potatoes.
Yeah.
Let's call the whole thing off. Let's call the whole thing off, Tom. It sounds.
No, I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm
You're
more
into it
engaged.
now.
This is like when the boss of talkSPORT told me off for having a rant about Lord of the Rings that I'd never sounded so passionate about sport. And he said, "Maybe could you find that ire for something in football?" But how do I know when to dig the potato?
Well, I don't know. Is my answer, but I'm going to be doing it next week actually, so maybe have a look. I think it's when they've started to flower, when the plant on top starts to flower, then there's something underneath.
It's when it dies down a bit. It's when the flower starts to die down a bit, then you can dig your potatoes. But it's all about timing and thinking ahead and letting it all happen. That's
about training.
What gardening's all about. And also I like it when people come in and they go, what needs to happen to this is you need to cut it right back, and they chop it down to the wood, and you go, well, you've just killed that plant, and then it
I know, but that's the thing I've learned actually, is that you can be quite brutal with them. Like things like a wisteria or a rose bush.
Yes.
You can hack that back as much as you like, and it still goes, come on, I can take it, give me more. Yeah. Like a tough rugby player. I know you were just talking about rugby players. I think that's a good lesson as well. You don't need to be too delicate. You don't need to be afraid of it. Just have a go. That's what I like.
Now, Tom, my wife hates all sport, right? She calls it the green. I don't know if you hate it. Do you or you have just complete indifference?
A bit of an indifference. I suppose I'm agnostic. I have been to some lovely football games, I'll give you that, and I've enjoyed them very much. I went to a Westham game. That was lovely.
Yeah.
Westham. And they were very nice to me.
Yeah, they were nice.
A lot of my family are Crystal Palace, hence the mention of it. But then other people in my family I know are Millwall, which, as you know, are a famously very friendly team.
Yes.
Who love to make friends with the other teams in the London area. So that's good.
So who do you think will win the Premier League this season, Tom?
Well, I think it's going to be a really tough one to call, but I think probably either Manchester City or Liverpool.
Okay,
are they
great.
both?
Yeah,
that's as good as anyway.
I just tried to go for a realistic one rather.
Bit obvious, to be honest, Tom.
Bit obvious. Anyone can say that. Well, as I said it, and I should explain to the listeners, I have got headphones on and a microphone in front of me, which makes me feel like I'm a proper football commentator. And it makes me think of when we were in the car as a kid and I used to have to listen to Dad. Well, Dad would be listening to the football scores come in on a Saturday afternoon. Do you do that on talkSPORT?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Hampton Wanderers won.
Yes. Full classified results service with Adrian Durham, the best in the business.
You could do it, Tom. Tom, you could do the classified results.
I'd like to do that one day. I think you could get different people to do that. when he's off, as a bit of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know who else.
I reckon Adrian would like to throw to Tom. Yes, it's Joanna Lumley. We should just talk about Virgin, obviously.
Yes.
Charlie does Saturday and Sunday afternoons. You do Sunday morning. Chris Evans, do you have a night? I mean, actually, I think, Tom, you and I are on compete and exactly the same time. So I don't really listen to you. I don't.
I'm actually listening to you whilst I'm
Sunday,
presenting my show. And whilst I'm presenting my show, I actually listen to your show. And it makes for quite interesting listening. But we have a nice time on a Sunday morning. A lot of people called Trish and Jan listen. And then we blast them with rock music. And then occasional phone-ins about things like hats. So, it's a real mixed bag, but something for everybody.
It's a lovely show, Tom. It's a really lovely show.
Well, I like to think it's a lovely garden.
Thanks for coming on, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Pleasure. Lovely to see you both. See you soon.
Tom, see you on Sunday,
See you Sunday.
It's called Pottering, and get it wherever you get your podcasts or watch it on.
Finally, a podcast. Thank goodness for that.
I'm not really into podcasts, Charlie. I just
not really.
No, I would
not for you.
No,
not for you. I'm into Virgin Radio. Into Virgin Radio, 2 till 6 on a Saturday and Sunday afternoon. Game on.
Yeah.
Never miss a goal, never miss
Baker.
a beat with Charlie Baker.
I've never missed a minute of that one. I promise you.
Who would?
This is Rushden Baker. Rushden Baker on talkSPORT in association with Tool Station. Stay one step ahead, whatever the job. Next stop, Tool Station. Matt says, do Virgin advertise Charlie's show as much as talkSPORT do?
I don't know. I think they do. I hope so.
Oh, that's good. And Simon says, had my best tomato year ever.
Oh, yeah.
This was the harvest last week. Removing the side shoots and gradually removing all the leaves below fruiting stems is the secret. Tell Tom Allen he's a legend, and he's sent me. I'll retweet it now. This will do one for the hell site that
we
is
should have
X.
a TalkSport garden. Definitely have a TalkSport garden.
Nice,
be lovely,
isn't
wouldn't it?
Come on, let's do the TalkSport garden. We'll do that. 8:10:89. Whatever you fancy. The TalkSport garden. 8:10. We've gone on so long, the music stopped. Sorry to Matt Hutchinson. He has the sports news.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Supporting van owners to get the job done. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Thanks, Max. Good afternoon. talkSPORT understands William Saliba will soon be signing the dotted line on a new long-term contract at Arsenal. And our very own chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, says the deal has been months in the making.
I think when Andrea Berta was appointed as Arsenal sporting director, he was tasked with making sure that Saliba committed his future. That has happened, and I would expect now contract talks with Bukayo Saka to ramp up.
Well, Saliba had been on Real Madrid's radar with his previous contract expiring in 2027. Elsewhere in North London, talkSPORT understands Thomas Frank is keen for Spurs to take up their option to sign João Paulinho permanently. The midfielder joined from Bayern Munich on loan this summer. That deal includes a £27 million option to buy. Now, ahead of Aston Villa's game tonight, Gabby Agbonlahor says Unai Emery is fair to label his players as lazy as the team's defensive stats are poor this season.
There is problems, of course there is, but nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch. And I'm sure the manager will pick the right team tonight to go and get a result.
Well, Villa versus Bologna is live on talkSPORT. Build-up starts at 7 p.m. UEFA will decide next week if it will suspend Israel from all competition. It's understood most members of its executive committee are in favour of banning. And talkSPORT's US writer says everything is leading towards a European away win at this weekend's Ryder Cup.
I think there's already some concern from the Americans that Europe has maybe the talent, the confidence. You have Rory, and yes, you have Scotty Scheffler and you have Bryson DeChambeau. But when I look at these two squads, it's continually favoring Europe.
Brian T. Smith speaking there, and Donald Trump will be at Bethpage Black tomorrow with the foursomes pairings revealed tonight at 9 UK time.
talkSPORT News.
Ticketmaster customers will be getting more notice if tiered pricing is going to be used, and the taxi driver who dropped off the Southport killer has told the inquiry he regrets not calling the police quicker. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With a huge range of premium brands available, we've got what you need to drive away happy every time. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com and book today.
Plenty of sunshine across the UK this afternoon, turning hazy in some areas. We're expecting a dry evening as well.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Hawksby and Jacobs on talkSPORT. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker with you until 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And Ali, the AC Milan fan, says,
Hello.
so looking forward to the birthday spread today. talkSPORT's two finest flannel experts going head to head. What could possibly go wrong? And Jack said, I've just got such a good feeling about the spread today. I did it once in the summer when I was back. Did I play you, Charlie, or did I play Andy?
You played me, and I thrashed you. Yeah.
You absolutely thrashed me, and
you were furious. You were genuinely furious.
Really disappointed in myself. Really kind of like I never come off air going, "Oh, that was terrible," because I don't believe there's no point in being self-critical enough. People are, but I was really kicking myself. Even halfway through, I was so disappointed. It really ruined my evening, isn't it? Jim in Caterham says, "Seed Malbronc for a garden 11."
Very nice. We're doing a garden 11. Why not?
Why not? We'll do it for a bit. Jack says, apropos Prem, Russian Bake could be a really short cooking podcast in which you have a quick chat while something microwaves. Now, well, I'm
Russian
definitely
Bake sounds like all sorts of
like a really good idea.
Elements of a Friday night.
Now, Charlie, you've got something really
something huge. There's a quiz night, Max.
This is really inclusive.
Quiz night. No, it is. It is very inclusive. It's a quiz night at Torquay United on Thursday, the 2nd of October. Right. Teams of 4, £10 a team. Curry option in the Cove. Book now. Right. First prize is 40 quid. In aid of the club, and I think probably a bit of charity as well, as I'm not sure. But anyway, that is not what I'm bringing up. Right. The main bit of the advert is, it says, easier questions than last month, which makes me think, what went down last month at the Torquay United quiz?
Do you know what? I mean,
What is this? No, Roger! What on earth is this question? Too hard!
Me and a friend wrote the World Cup edition for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire 2002 questions.
Oh, gosh.
And I was just out of university, and I don't know how he got the job. We got £4 a question.
Wow.
It's amazing. It was totally amazing. But, like, it was so hard that even I couldn't get past 32,000, and I'd written, it was for, like, I think it was for online. I can't remember what it's for. But I couldn't, and I'd written the questions. So, like, I'm here for a very difficult Torquay United. Am I about to get a very difficult Torquay United quiz?
It's not a Torquay United quiz. It's a quiz night at Torquay United. But the main bit of advertising is easier than last month, which makes me think of the meltdown that went down at Plainmoor last month. Must have been unbelievable.
Yeah. First, and in top position with 1 point. Here we go.
I've got hold of some of. I'll give you 3 questions from last month's Torquay United quiz. We ready?
I'm looking forward to it.
In American football, which team won the first 2 Super Bowls?
The first ever Super Bowls. Do we have the year?
The problem I have at the moment is I don't have the answers. But no, which in American football, which team won the first 2 Super Bowls? I'm going to find the answers now while you're answering.
And you don't have the answers?
I've got them now. I've got them. Yep, go for it.
That's good. The first 2 Super Bowls, and is it the same team?
I'm just giving. Listen,
right.
I'm asking the questions.
Yeah. Okay. It was the Green Bay Packers.
It was the Green Bay Packers.
And the Green Bay Packers. There we go.
You don't need it easier than last month.
Here we go.
Unbelievable.
Piece of cake. To be fair, that is quite. It's quite pulling that one out. It's pretty extraordinary.
Well, how am I supposed to know that, Brian?
I did a podcast.
Did you? Show off.
John Robbins. Sorry, John Robbins did a podcast a while ago called "The Moon Underwater," and he had a music quiz. And my music quiz knowledge is terrible, and I got every single question right by just plucking it out of the sky. So I'm looking forward to this question.
Okay, question 2. Who was the first cricketer to score 100 international centuries?
Why is it funny?
Just how hard it is. Just how hard. It is for like a
what you think? What do you think, Brian?
I don't watch cricket, Ian. I've no idea.
The first cricketer to score 100 centuries was
across formats. I must say that
across formats.
Across formats.
All right. Okay. So it's recent. It's relatively recent.
Across Test and ODI formats.
Jack Callis.
It was not Jack Callis. It was Sachin Tendulkar.
Oh, should have got that.
Which
not
driver?
A bad guess, though.
Which driver won the Sheila? Have you any idea on this? Which driver won the inaugural Formula One World Championship in 1950? In 1950. A question about 1950.
Okay. The first ever.
You will not get this.
Formula One.
You will 100% not get this.
It was Giuseppe Bandanini.
It's Giuseppe Farina.
Stop it. Stop it.
Did you pull that out of the air?
Yeah, I pulled Giuseppe out.
Well,
I just went with the wrong.
Can I get half a point, please, David?
I don't get half a point for Giuseppe. No. That is insane, Charlie.
There we are. Anyway, the questions will be easier than last month on October the 3rd at the Torquay United quiz. Get yourself down there.
Make sure you get.
It's good fun, wasn't it? It was good fun.
It was good fun.
It was good fun.
For me to get Giuseppe.
I mean, that came out of nowhere. Ida Good Garden has come in. That's good. Ida Good Garden.
Ida Good Garden.
That's good fun. Tim Flowers, of course. That's from Harvey, the Fulham fan.
Of course, yeah.
Very
Come on,
nice.
we're better than Tim Flowers. We want Pierre Van Hooijdonk. That's there, isn't it? We want that. Welly Alley, good.
Welly
Tony
Alley's
Mowbray,
Yeah, very nice. Very
Paul
good.
and Andy sitting there going, "Come on, we said no to this idea 25 years ago.
25 years we've been doing this show, and it's fallen off air.
We said no. The first thing they said was, we're not doing Garden 11, whatever you do. Now, the latest episode of TalkSport Daily is available now as former Southampton defender Franny Benali, lovely man, joins Flex and Sam Mellard to explain what life is like when you lose your opening 5 league games. Who can we get on? Franny will do it. Yeah. Just like his Saints side did in 98 and what Wolves have done so far. Have a listen.
You go through all the emotions, but I can genuinely say, you know, this wasn't, if you like, our first rodeo as a number of players had been at Saints for a few seasons. You know, we'd had our run-ins with relegation battles in previous seasons, and that, I think, helped us in some ways. And it's keeping that belief and that confidence. And I can genuinely say, and I always felt like this at the time, even though we were faced with, you know, relegation staring us in the face, and there would be pundits and even our own supporters that might have written us off, I genuinely felt that we'd always be okay.
If you want to hear the advice Franny Benali gave Wolves on how to get out of their current rut, as well as some other behind-the-scenes stories from the dressing room during his side's early season woes, the TalkSport Daily is available on all podcast platforms now. John says, how about TalkSport's own Alan Bazil?
That's nice. Just on a windowsill.
Nice, yeah. You are listening to Rushden and Baker on TalkSport Birthday Spread. It's getting closer, everybody. We'll announce the team news an hour before. It looks like it'll be me versus Charlie, but we don't know until they are released, and that'll be exciting. This is all brought to you in partnership with Tool Station, ready to help at over 580 stations. Next stop, Tool Station. The musician and Liverpool fan Tom Spate will be in just a second. He's got a new single, new album out as well, and one of his songs was used on Match of the Day, so we'll chat to him about that and about Liverpool's form so far. This is a song called Beautiful Thing. It is by the musician Tom Spate, who is a big Liverpool fan. It's been used on Match of the Day. Tom has a new album out, Perfect Strangers, out tomorrow. He's got a new single, Buzzing, which we'll play at the end of this. But Tom joins us in the studio. Hey, Tom, how are you?
Hello, Tom.
I'm all good, thanks. Thanks so much for having us on, especially the day before album release.
Yeah, great stuff, yeah. You were saying not just Match of the Day, the Euros as well.
Yeah, so that song, Beautiful Feeling, was used on the Euro montages whenever England would win. And then also the Lionesses as well.
Oh, fantastic!
So getting some money in.
Do they ask you, or do you just sign a form going, yeah, all TV tick, or do you not get a choice?
They do. You kind of get a heads up the first time, and then they just keep on using it. So just England have just got to keep winning, basically.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Because I was trying to think on Match of the Day, because it'd be great if you didn't know, and then you're just there watching Match of the Day, and then you suddenly, when they just go, now let's just look at the league tables, and you think,
if you're the lightning seeds, and suddenly you're the music to goal of the month, you must go, that's our music. We hope we're getting £1 every time it's on.
Well, that's when you think of the kind of music for a Match of the Day, you do think of Lightning Seeds, don't you? Life of Riley. No, it's classic goal of the month, yeah.
But that's such a good fit. I mean, as a big football fan, I suppose when you go into songwriting and singing, you don't go, I really want to be on Match of the Day. That's not your first thought, I guess. But as a kind of side hustle, it's like this is the dream.
Well, it does get me more kind of lad points as well on my WhatsApp group, because normally it's Love Island and things like that. So when it's Match of the Day, yeah, it's definitely I'm getting a few more brownie points. But
so you've had stuff used for kind of like a that sort of emotional montage when someone's kicked out of the villa.
They're normally crying, basically. But no, the coolest thing actually to happen recently is Liverpool have been using it in the stadium, and it's on the team sheet playlist as well.
Oh, this is good news, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is dream come. Do you ever write with that in mind of how can I get this on Love Island? What, packing up my bag with my fake teeth.
Are we going 50-50 on it?
Yeah,
great. That's good. That's all good. With my fake teeth, yeah.
Charlie's new single, She's Not My Type on Paper.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's good. It's a good idea. It feels like that's how Queen wrote a lot of the time. Like, write a song called We Are the Champions. Then it will just get played at all times. Every time anyone wins anything, Liverpool having an amazing season, despite not playing at their best, it seems to be clicking nearly, and you believe he'll get there.
They're still winning games, right? So that's surely the makings of them winning the season. Even when they're playing badly, they're still winning, which is it's a bit tense though, isn't it? Always at the last minute. Well, it started off like that anyway, but. No, it feels special to be a Liverpool fan right now.
Yeah, I because last season must have been a slight surprise to have been that good after such a brilliant manager leaving, and Slot being sort of I wouldn't say ego-free because no manager is, but as ego-free as you can be as a manager to say, this is kind of quite good. A bit like me and Charlie are doing with this show. We know the show's good. We're not the main hosts, but it's quite good. So we'll just do the same stuff that they do. We don't have egos here. But for them to sign all these players over the summer, it obviously is going to take a bit of time. And I kind of think you saw it in the Champions League game. It was Atleti, wasn't it? You saw, okay, Florian Wirtz, actually how brilliant he is. And then Slot being brave enough to drop him against Everton or rest him because it's going to be a more physical game. I think you're right. I think you could be in for years now of success.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? Because I grew up in like the era of the Spice Boys, and obviously I fell in love with that team, but we didn't win that much. So but it's like my era of kind of football is like the 90s of John Barnes, Jamie Redknapp, McManaman, all of that kind of stuff. So the players these days, they do feel like less kind of, I don't know, characters maybe, but they're going to win your title.
Or you've got older. This is how. This is often how it works.
Magic is worn off.
Is when you're young, you because you know so much about the footballers, they seem like massive characters. But as you get older, you sort of go, oh, these are just normal human. I just saw a picture of you there in a nice Liverpool away shirt, and you were telling me off air that you sort of collect shirts. You've just done a tour of South America in the summer, and you went to Flamengo. You always pick up a shirt. What are your 5 best shirts, Tom?
Oh God! Well, there'd be a couple of Liverpool ones in there. I think like the Adidas equipment era was pretty special. The mid-90s one. I do love a Brazil kit as well. Okay. So we had a number 1 in Brazil. So we've been there like 3 or 4 times. So I've been to a few times to the Flamengo game. But any kind of retro football kit. Liverpool gave me the new away kit, which is the 3rd kit, which is pretty. It feels like a bit of a throwback. And I was actually meant to be at the Southampton game on Tuesday, but I had a gig. So this is the problem.
You've got to work, Tom. You have to go to work, Max, don't you?
Don't be successful, Tom. It's a terrible idea. Like when you embark on the journey of being a singer or songwriter, I guess it's quite hard when you're in it, right? It's sort of in years to come when you look back. But when you go, God, we've got a number 1 in Brazil. I'm playing Brazil. Like these are for people who aren't that, are sort of pinch me moments, aren't they? Or does it become like anything is a job, right? It becomes work, and sometimes you're playing the Maracanã and you're going, I just don't really fancy it tonight.
Do you know what? I've been releasing records for 10 years, and I still, a lot of the time, do feel a bit like a competition winner. You know, I was excited to obviously be here today. And it does still feel exciting, but I definitely am on like a conveyor belt of like releasing music, recording music, touring, and all that kind of stuff. But when you sell out shows in Brazil, it still does feel pretty crazy.
You've got the new album coming out, Perfect Strangers, out tomorrow on download. Any vinyl?
Bit of vinyl. One in today, actually.
Some cassettes, perhaps, Tom. People are doing that again.
On the last
cassettes back.
Cassettes. People are doing cassettes now, Max.
Yes. We did on the last record. We did do a cassette, and we got to number 5 on the cassette charts.
Nice. This is good.
But I don't think we're going to do a cassette this time. I don't think we're doing it.
No one's got anywhere to play them, have they? Has anyone still got a cassette player? I don't really.
I actually do have a Walkman. I bought one for. I think I was taking it to the gym because I kept on looking at my phone. So I was like, I'll get a Walkman. I think it lasted about 2 weeks. Of me having the Walkman, but no, it's really exciting to this is the 4th album, and
you're saying it's more a folk music, classic songwriter, sort of 60s, 70s vibe. Who are you thinking Jackson Brown? Are you thinking Bob Dylan? Who are you thinking?
A bit of Dylan, a bit of Abbey Road, Beatles kind of vibes on there. But we've got a load of guests actually on the record. We've got P.P. Arnold, and I saw her recently doing the Oasis tour support when she was singing with Cast. We've got Embrace guitarist on there. We've got members of the singer from Feeder on there, Turin Breaks. It's a bit like Band-Aid, but we're going to call it Spate Aid, basically. But they're all chipping in and adding their talents, which is if you're into indie music, I think great indie folk. I would say it is.
And do you play, Tom?
I play football or.
Yeah,
I do actually.
Not do you play your own music? I'm with you. That was a rude question.
Do you play any music at all, Tom?
I was a bit confused.
You're like Milli Vanilli, aren't you?
I'm not saying it's the most researched interview, but
I get all the guests to. I'll just mime to their parts. No, I do actually play, and I'm not actually that bad. Actually, I'm all right. I'm getting better.
Here we go.
Yeah, I scored 11 goals the other day.
Yeah, against who though?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
everyone's good in training,
so they'll actually appreciate this. A shout out to the Wednesday night Lights Up, and I play in Wandsworth, and it's good fun actually.
Marked man now, Tom.
Yeah, I know, right? But if you're looking to join a good football team or actually a bad football team where you can score some goals, come and join mine.
Oh, okay.
Right. And the team is called. Tell everyone the team name again.
Oh, the Wednesday Night Lights Up. That's the WhatsApp group. We don't actually have official title of a team.
Got it. And is this 11 aside, 6 aside? What is this?
It's 8 aside. Yeah, 8 aside. On it's with proper floodlights and everything. You do. And originally, actually, I wanted to be a footballer before I was a musician, and then I heard Oasis, and it all changed.
Yeah. But I'm struggling. But obviously, a good football team, but struggling for players because you're advertising on talkSPORT for anyone who wants to turn up.
Come and join.
You absolutely have to. I was hosting a TV show in Australia. I was basically the one show equivalent, and I just said I need a keeper, and I got a keeper for the whole season. It was
very
great.
nice.
I mean, I don't know.
Was he a good keeper or not?
Yeah, he was good and very keen. The show got completely cancelled, which is a bit of a blow. But I did get a keeper, all in all. So let's play out with a bit of your new single. It's called Buzzing. Tom, thanks so much for coming in. Your album is Perfect Strangers. Everybody go and buy it and download it.
Can we see you live soon, Tom?
Yes, I'm playing in London on November the 1st at Mirror, but I'm also touring the rest of the UK. So quite a bit of it sold out, which is good, but there's still some tickets left.
Great stuff, Tom. Thanks for coming in, Tom.
Thank you.
Get up, go out, don't know what it's all about. Oh Monday, I get lost in your eyes, and they seem to pass me by. I kinda like it.
Director Andrea Berta has made it a priority to hold on to Saliba. Elsewhere, how's Ange Ball working out for Nottingham Forest?
Yes, Forest conceded a goal late on in the game yesterday, but it was really, really organised defensively. And particularly considering the pressure and the occasion, I thought that the whole team performance was really good.
That's talkSPORT presenter and Forest fan Max Scott. He was in Spain for their 2-2 draw with Real Betis. Now, ahead of Aston Villa's game tonight, Gabby Agbonlahor thinks Unai Emery is fair to call his players lazy, and the Premier League stats back it up.
There is problems, of course there is, but nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch. And I'm sure the manager will pick the right team tonight to go and get a result.
Villa versus Bologna is live on talkSPORT from 7 p.m. And talkSPORT's US writer Brian T. Smith says everything is leading towards a European away win at this weekend's Ryder Cup.
It's been a disadvantage. We're talking about this, right? The fact that the Americans have to pay their players to participate. Part of it goes to charity, but they're trying to do a PR spin on this, and none of it makes any sense.
EV Lover on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark Charge. Ultra-rapid EV charging at an ultra-low price. Find out more at arnoldclark.com.
And now, thanks to Arnold Clark, we've got an electrifying cash prize to give away today. We've also got a place in our grand final in Glasgow next month up for grabs, where one lucky winner will win a new MG S5 electric car. Joining us now, randomly selected from all our online entries, is Daniel, the Blackburn fan. Hey, Daniel,
Hello,
you okay?
Daniel.
Hi guys, you okay?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
thank
very
you.
good.
Yeah.
Good luck, Daniel. Since we're only talking to you, well, I'm only talking to you this week, I hope you win it. I hope you win the whole thing, and I hope all the other contestants are absolutely hopeless. Here is how it works, Daniel. You have 60 seconds on the clock to answer as many questions about sporting speed and power as you can. For every correct answer, you earn yourself £100. You're allowed to pass. If you don't know the answer, we can only accept your first response. If you're our top point scorer at the end of the week, along with the cash, you'll also win a place in our grand final next month, where you could win a new MG S5 electric car. Do you understand, Daniel?
Yeah.
Good stuff, Daniel.
Great. I will pass over to Charlie Baker.
Thank you very
to
much.
Start the quiz and ask the questions.
Thank you, Max. I don't know what the current record is. It was 4 on Tuesday. I don't know if it's still 4, but it's still 4, I'm told. So we need more than 4. Come on, Daniel. Are you ready?
Here we go, Daniel.
I will try. Yes, go ahead.
Here comes the clock. Let's go. Ronald Koeman scored a powerful free kick to win the 1992 European Cup final. For which Spanish side did he score that goal?
Barcelona.
It was Barcelona. A.B. de Villiers recorded the fastest ever century in ODI history in 2015 when he scored 100 runs off 31 balls. Which country was he playing for?
Oh, I don't know. India.
Wrong. Which legendary F1 driver known for his speed and skill in wet conditions was famously nicknamed the Rain Man?
Oh, God. Ayrton Senna.
It was Ayrton Senna. Which West Indies cricketer holds the record for fastest ever century in the IPL?
Oh, IPL. Gale.
It was Chris Gale. The Tampa Bay Lightning compete in which sport?
Hockey.
I'll give you it. Which powerful defender took over the Manchester United captaincy from Gary Neville in 2010?
Rio Ferdinand?
Nope. Vidic. Which powerful boxer nicknamed Money was a perfect record of 50 wins and no losses?
Floyd Mayweather?
It was Floyd Mayweather. Is that the end? I think that's the end. That's the end. That's the end.
there.
I think you've done it. I think you've got the record so far. How many, Sean? Six, Daniel. You're in the lead at the moment. You're in the lead. That's pretty good, isn't it, Max?
That was good. And also, what was good was the answer wasn't hockey, it was volleyball. But Charlie just said, I'll give you that.
Well, the answer was ice hockey.
No, that's
the answer was
fine.
ice
Of course,
hockey.
it's
So, you know.
absolutely fine.
I think
hey, well
I'm
done,
allowed
Daniel.
to do that.
You're in pole position, Daniel. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good
Very
stuff.
good. That's
And win 600. You win 600 quid. I think you don't say it out loud unless you know.
This is what I have to say. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's a new high score, which does mean that if tomorrow's entrant doesn't beat you, you'll be going to the grand final in Glasgow next month. Oh, there's another bit where you could win an electric car.
Yeah, I mean, he's gone now, but you're just telling me now, Charlie, but that's okay. If in the event they match your score, now I'm telling you, then we'll get back to you for a tiebreaker and decide the winner. If you'd like to win some cash, you think you can beat insert name score tomorrow, enter now at talksport.com/win. We'll also be playing next week in Drive for even more chances to win. That's all thanks to Arnold Clark. Ultra rapid EV charging at just 55p per kilowatt hour. Find out more at arnoldclark.com.
EV Lover on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark Charge for your chance to win a new MGS5. Enter online now at talksport.com/win.
All right, let's do a bit of rugby league. Let's get to the business end now, isn't it? Let's talk to Leeds Rhinos' Harry Newman. How are you, Harry?
Really good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks,
Yeah, very
Harry.
good. Thanks for coming on. Big game against St Helens at the weekend. Are you ready?
Yeah, it's a huge game. We've been building towards this, I think, for a few years now. Secured a playoff home game, which hasn't been done at the club for 8 seasons, so should be a fantastic occasion. We've had some good battles with them this season, so really looking forward to it.
I always
What's the head-to-head with you and St Helens this season?
We've played them 4 times, actually, including once in the Cup. They've beaten us 3, and we beat them at Magic Weekend once. But the games have been really tight. Won and lost in the last final minutes, so it should be a key battle.
I always say you can't play at rugby league. You know, no one takes it easy in any sort of game. How do you change how you go into a playoff game than just a normal league game?
Well, I think when you've got a league game, you've got the week after to put things right. Whether we get one chance at this, if we don't win on Saturday, we're out of the competition. And we've been really focusing on just the little things. You've got to really nail down the little things in these big games. The won and lost in those moments. It's not necessarily the big play that might win these matches. So just focus on the little things. Do what we've done all year well as a team and hopefully come away with a great result.
Yeah, you've had some great results, haven't you? You beat Hull KR, who are top of the league and have been roundly the best team all season, but you beat them 28-6 away. That was fantastic.
Yeah, and they don't often lose at home. It's a tough place to go, is Craven Park. They've got a good fan base. It's a really tough environment to be, but we've played them 3 times this year and also beat them twice. So, look, we're just focusing on this week. Massive game, obviously, at home against St Helens. And if we come through that, then we'll look who we've got in the next fixture.
I mean, there are many reasons why neither of us are elite sports people. But, one is, you've obviously got to play your natural game. You know it's important, but you just can't be there. And this goes for any sport, right? You can't be there thinking, oh, my God, this is the playoffs. Oh, my God, which is what will be going through my head. How when you cross the white line, do you go, okay, so it's just like any normal game. I've just got to play it the normal way and not feel that pressure?
I think pressure is obviously a natural thing, especially in those environments. But you can tell that we're heading towards a big game. Just the training level's notched up. There's not necessarily as many errors in training. Everyone's building towards Saturday. All the sessions we've done all week have been all prepared like we would do for a normal game. But this week especially, it's huge. Like I said, back at home for a playoff game in 8 years. But we just got to go out there with our game plan. We've got the stats behind us that the coaching staff have showed us from the whole season. And when we stick to the process, stick to our game plan, we have an 80% chance of winning. So if we do that, get those things right, we should give ourselves a great shot come Saturday night.
And personally, you've had a great season, Harry, and you're in the Sean Wayne's extended England squad for the Ashes. I expect you're desperate to get into that full Ashes squad. Just a month away from the Test should be a brilliant series.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously the first game's down at Wembley, down in London, which they're expecting 60, 70,000 there for an international rugby league game, which is outstanding. And then the second one being at Everton's new football ground, and the final one at home at Headingley, which would be extra special. But it's obviously, I'm in the extended squad at the minute, and it would mean everything to be included in that final squad. I've played the last 6 games for England, so hopefully I've done the right things this season and give myself that chance to play against what would be the best team in the world.
Is there anyone in the St Helens squad that you could sort of tackle quite firmly to get them out of the extended
Harry
squad?
doesn't need to.
They've got a great team. Look, they've probably got 6 or 7 players that are currently in that extended squad. I've played with some of those. Matty Lees, Morgan Knowles. They're real workhorses, great people as well, on and off the field. They're great to play with, but come Saturday night, we're enemies, if you like. It's going to be a great game, great fixture, and it always is between Leeds and Saints.
And how do your coaching staff work out you've got an 80% chance of winning? I mean, that sounds. I mean, I would go with that. I wouldn't ask them how are you sure about this, but do you know how they've worked that out?
It's just proven in the wins we've had this season. We have 5 measurable things that we do per game, and they're always rated by the coaching staff after the game. And every single game we've won, we've hit 4 out of those 5 markers, which obviously it works out at 80%. And when we get all 5, I think we're 94% chance of winning. So, look, the proof's in the numbers. They know what they're doing. We just have to go out there and deliver on the day.
Fantastic.
Good stuff. Well, listen,
Good luck,
thanks
Harry.
so much for coming on, and good luck, Harry.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Harry Newman there. So playing for the Leeds Rhinos against the Saints on Saturday, which, as he said, for them to be playing at home again, as you know, Charlie, I'm not an expert, but for the first time in 8 years, those fans will be very excited. Did remind me a bit of Quantum Leap. You know, Ziggy says there is an 84.6% chance of you winning it. Sam Beckett never jumped. He never leapt into a rugby league game.
That was
he
a shame. That was a big lost episode there.
Wasn't it? He's just coming in, playing for Wigan against Widnes, and then he's just given the ball.
He looks in the mirror and he's just there. He's got a broken nose.
Exactly. Ellery Hanley's there going, come on, mate, we've got to get out there. And he's like, oh boy. Anyway,
the whole episode is exposition. Just explaining to the American public how rugby league works.
So this is the 5th tackle. And you're like, what? What do you mean this is the 5th? Why am I wriggling on the floor? What's going on here? Anyway, Harry Symeou, broadcaster, Arsenal fan, friend of talkSPORT, host on talkSPORT, will join us in just a second, and we'll do a bit of Arsenal. Good news about William Saliba. They won 2-0 at Port Vale in the Carabao Cup last night. Trossard plucked one out of the sky. It was beautiful, that goal, wasn't it? So we'll chat to him in just a second. Rushden Baker on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation, standing behind every single tradesperson of Britain. Next up, Toolstation.
Arsenal in the mood as Martinelli with a little back heel in towards Eza, and Eza's first Arsenal goal has taken just 7.5 minutes at Vale Park.
And it's finished Tottenham 3, Doncaster 0 with the very last kick of the game. Brennan Johnson lifted the ball over the goalkeeper. Routine win for Spurs through to round 4.
Newcastle 4, Bradford 1, doubles for Joe Linton and Will Asula send the holders through.
Huddersfield 0, Manchester City 2. A comfortable night for Pep Guardiola's men in 2 wonderful strikes either half from Phil Foden and Savinho. See the 8-time winners progress through to the 4th round as Huddersfield's run comes to an end.
Here's Trossard picking the ball up as it goes over the top, gets to the edge of the penalty, shoots and finishes the game. And Arsenal have completed a victory with just a few minutes to spare. It's their first clear-cut chance of the second half on target. Trossard has scored it. Arsenal go on into round 4 after a victory at Vale Park. Port Vale 0, Arsenal 2.
That's how it all sounded.
Who was booing there, Max, in that?
Well, either some Port Vale fans who really thought that, you know, this is the reason. I mean, they're struggling in League One, aren't they? This is the final straw. Losing to Arsenal's, you know, a sort of reserves, but still a really strong squad. Yeah. Absolute disgrace. Who's their Gav? Is it Darren Moore?
Darren Moore, yeah. We spoke to Darren on Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's got to go now after losing, after not even scoring against Arsenal.
The best.
No, I know. Second nicest man in football after Linvoy Primus. Anyway, look, good win for Arsenal. The news has sort of moved on from that because William Saliba's agreed to sign a new 5-year deal. Harry Symeou is an Arsenal fan and broadcaster and friend of talkSPORT, of course. Harry, you okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. Thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome.
No, always a pleasure. I like your work. That is very good news about William Saliba for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge news. I mean, you know, for a while there's been a little bit of concern about whether or not he was going to sign a new deal. I know the club have always been sort of very steadfast in their kind of sort of approach to it and saying like, no, you know, we're confident that this is going to happen. Those are the noises that have been coming out. But to actually hear that this is something that's very, very close now to getting over the line, I think is massive. It's a 5-year deal as well by the sounds of it. And I think it's a timely reminder actually of how much better things are at Arsenal are these days in comparison to maybe 3-4 years ago. Because here you've got one of the best and brightest young centre-backs in world football, and he's committed his best years to Arsenal. I think that's huge, and it says a lot in a week where there's been questions asked about whether or not Arsenal can get over the line, can take that next step. Fantastic news.
Yes, I mean, I suppose it depends if there's a release clause and what the release clause is, doesn't it? It's clearly good. It's better than saying, no, thanks, I'm going to wait till my deal expires because in 2 years, then he has the pick. But, you know, it doesn't mean that Real Madrid go away. It's always right.
It makes him very expensive if you want to buy him, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the key, I think. It puts Arsenal in a really strong position if anybody like Real Madrid was to come sniffing. I would suggest that Real Madrid probably wouldn't be interested, though, at that sort of price point, because we've seen what Real Madrid do is they get in people's ears nice and early. They try and get them to maybe sort of drag out contract talks, hoping that they either get them in the final year or they get them on a free. That's kind of been the way they've operated quite a bit recently. Yes, of course, Real Madrid will spend big money from time to time, but I just feel like for Arsenal, it was about protecting the asset as much as it is keeping the player. And if you can keep doing that, then when you do lose players, and inevitably at some point you will, you can renew and you can refresh because you're going to get that huge financial reward.
All the talk about Arsenal now is sort of this idea that Arteta is just too core. You know, he's very timid. He's scared to do anything, Harry. You know, it's sort of slightly ludicrous given coming second is really hard. Like in a league where there are lots of really good players and good managers, it's like hard to do that. And there is every chance Arsenal will come second again. And of course, it is those tightest margins in those games. Did you come away from the Liverpool game thinking Arsenal, they were there for the taking, they didn't do it? Did you come away from the City game going, you know, City defended, we just couldn't break them down until that one moment of utter brilliance from Eze and Martinelli?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said that I've been totally satisfied with all of Arsenal's performances this season. I think it was always going to be that when you build a new attack, and Arsenal have had to use a new attack in most of their games because of injuries. You know, there's no Odegaard, there's no Havertz. It's been Madueke from the right, it's been Eze from the left, and it's been Gyökeres through the middle. That's 3 completely new players. There was always going to be some teething problems, I think. Has Mikel Arteta been a little bit too pragmatic, is how I'd put it? Then probably. Like, I think you can make that case and I think you can make that argument, but without some players that are really good going both ways in sort of Havertz and Odegaard, I feel like he's had to choose between being maybe slightly too expansive and maybe being not expansive enough. And he's chosen to lean on the team's defensive strengths, which I think is fair enough, given that's been a big part of why Arsenal are where they are today. But what I can't take is some of the overreactionary nature of the response to this, because
overreaction.
It's crazy.
Harry, are you serious?
It's got to a ridiculous point now. I mean, I could easily sit here and make the case that Liverpool against Arsenal were equally as negative. A moment of brilliance from Dominic Szoboszlai decides the game.
Mm-hmm.
Manchester City, how can you not say that they were negative on the day, yet say that Arsenal are? That's the thing I find really strange. It's results-based analysis, which I get is always going to happen, but I think it's really, really top level. And actually, when you look at the fact that he's sometimes played with two attacking midfielders, Mikel Merino isn't a defensive midfielder. You know, I think you can actually debunk that myth if you really sort of drill down into it.
And you've had a tough start. You know, you've just mentioned you play Liverpool, Man City. You've had a really tough start in the
Newcastle at the weekend.
Newcastle at the weekend. It's another tough game. It perhaps could have done with playing some of those teams when the team's bedded in a bit.
Yeah, for sure. And look, you've got to play everyone. So over the course of the season, you know, I'm sure it will even itself out a little bit. But if you'd have asked me at the start of the season, 5-6 games in, where I thought Arsenal would be, I would have said second, probably 3-4 points off of Liverpool, just comparing the fixtures of the two sides. It's turned out that it's a little bit worse than that. And at the moment, we're 5 points behind. And the game at Newcastle takes on huge significance now, even at this early stage, because if you lose and they win at Palace and you go 8 points behind, then you've got a problem. So I appreciate, like, it is a serious situation that Arsenal find themselves in, even at this stage in the season. But we were always going to be slightly off the pace, given the fixtures and all the other things we mentioned.
Yeah, and shame for Madueke, right, who started so well.
Really
and there's obviously
well,
this weird sort of backlash from some people saying, "Oh, this guy isn't fit to wear the shirt."
There was a petition, Max. There was not a backlash. There was a petition.
But I don't know if you agree, Harry, and like me and Barry have talked about this a lot. You have to differentiate from online football fans and people who go to watch the full match, or just are genuine football fans who just don't yell all the time, because the loudest noises, the loudest voices make all the noise. I just feel for him, because he started the season so well for England and for Arsenal, to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. Saka's there, so it's okay, but like that is a real shame.
Yeah, you feel like when he was just building some momentum and he was kind of on the cusp of really sort of exploding as an Arsenal player, because for all the great performances, he's not scored yet, he's not assisted yet. So there were a couple of things that he could still do better. But I mean, for instance, the Forest game at home, you came away from that match saying comfortably he was the best player on the pitch. Now, Zubimendi got the man of the match that day because he scored twice, but Madueke was comfortably the best. So, you know, you've got to feel for him, because, as you say, there was a horrible response to him signing. I was someone that was unsure about it. I'll hold my hands up, and I said, I'm not sure I'd spend 50 million on Madueke when we still need a striker and we still want to sign Eze. But it turns out Arsenal were able to do all of those things. You got to tip your hat to them. And once he became an Arsenal player, that's it. You know, you bring him in and you get behind him. But on the point about sort of some of the online reaction, I just think the way that these social media platforms are designed now, they amplify the negativity, they amplify the noise. And I've found it really difficult this season, actually, to sort of differentiate sometimes between that and the real world. And to the point where after the game against Manchester City, I just chose not to go on it.
Yeah, just don't look at it. Yeah, I always think that. Just don't look at it. If you don't read it, it's not true. You've got a podcast, at Arsenal Podcast, Harry, as well as your talkSPORT stuff.
The Chronicles of a Gooness, an Arsenal podcast. We put an episode out daily, so check it out. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Daily? Wow, that's busy.
Daily, every day.
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. Holy moly.
Never not talking about Arsenal.
Right, I've got to get my act together. Thank you, Harry. Good stuff.
Thanks, Harry.
Thanks, guys.
Harry Simi there, Arsenal fan and broadcaster. Now, the countdown to the Northwest Football Awards is underway. talkSPORT supporting the events, this year's event once again. It'll take place in early November, where footballing legends, rising stars and community champions will come together to celebrate. You, the fans, have one last chance to have your say in selecting the winners in the public vote. If you type Northwest Football Awards public vote in your search engine and get voting before it closes at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Well done, Charlie. 4 bits. They're all good bits. Rupert the Bell joins us from New York. We'll talk Ryder Cup in just a second.
Ryder Cup chat.
the teenage sensation, I think you say. Rio Ngamoa signed a first professional contract with the Reds. Obviously scored the winner at St James's Park in that brilliant game earlier in the season. Rupert the Bell will join us in just a second. He's in New York ahead of the Ryder Cup. I just absolutely love the Ryder Cup, and I can't wait to talk to Rupert. Birthday spread coming up as well. Matt says, I've just run the numbers, and Max has a 0.7% chance of winning the birthday spread. I presume that is if all the metrics work in my favour, but I still believe. Anyway, once again, I've talked too long, but the music has stopped. Get the memo, Max. Here's Matt Hutchinson with the sport.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Score a winning hat-trick of performance, payload and price. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Thanks, Max. Got there eventually. talkSPORT understands William Saliba has agreed a new long-term deal at Arsenal worth around 250 grand a week. Our chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, says the Gunners' hierarchy have been resisting interest from Real Madrid.
I think the fact that they've managed to get him to commit with the interest from Spain is a significant statement because as Liverpool found out with Trent Alexander-Arnold, they might find it out with Ibrahima Konate yet. When Real Madrid come calling, it can be difficult to stop a player from leaving.
We're told Bukayo Saka is the next player Arsenal want to tie down. Meanwhile, on the other side of North London, talkSPORT understands Spurs are keen to sign João Paulinho permanently. The midfielder has started well since joining from Bayern Munich on loan during the summer. That deal includes a £27 million option to buy. Elsewhere this afternoon, Simon Jordan has shared his reaction after Wayne Rooney said he would be dead without help from his wife Colleen in dealing with alcohol struggles. The former Palace chairman says the sport should be better in supporting high-profile players off the pitch.
Football should engender in these people a more mature attitude towards approaching their obligations and responsibilities and the benefits of their privileges, because their privileges shouldn't be a millstone around their neck. Their privileges should be an opportunity to enhance their life.
UEFA will decide next week if it will suspend Israel from competition. It's understood most members of its executive committee are in favour of a ban. And in cricket, Nottinghamshire need to score 300 runs against Worcestershire to win their first county championship in 25 years. A short time ago, Notts were 155 for 2.
talkSPORT News.
Ticketmaster will now let customers know before an event if they're going to use tiered pricing, and an inquiry has been hearing from the taxi driver who took the Southport attacker to the dance class where he killed 3 young girls last year. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. At QuickFit, we're all about keeping you safe on the road. With our comprehensive motor insurance, we're here for every journey. Search QuickFit Motor Insurance to find out more.
Plenty of sunshine across the UK over the rest of this afternoon, turning hazy in some areas. We're expecting a dry evening as well.
Philip's been in touch. What's that deluded Arsenal fan on about? Regarding Harry Seaman. Grimsby caused us more problems than Arsenal last night.
Yeah.
The Port Vale fan. The Sizzler's been in touch. Hi, the Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
It feels like it's the end of the working week hearing you guys today, hoping that maybe you can speak to the suit so that the music at the start of Saturday's warm-up gets sorted.
That would be nice.
Notabaladze.
That would be nice.
The Sizzler.
The Sizzler.
That would be nice. I mean, it just feels it's beyond our control, doesn't it? Anyway, this is Hawksby and Jacobs. Max in for Paul. Charlie, are you in for Andy or is this your day?
No, it's my day. It's my day. It's my day. But I'm still in. Listen, it's always Hawksby and Jacobs.
Yeah.
Just because I'm in doesn't mean I'm in for Andy.
Mrs. Baker says you're in. That's it. You are wherever you go.
I don't think I'm in for Andy at home.
I think you are. I think you are.
Wow.
Anyway, our very own golf commentator, Rupert Bell, is going to join us in a second. He's in New York for the Ryder Cup. Gets underway tomorrow. He's been taking a closer look at some of the holes around the course at Bethpage Black. Here he is on the 4th.
Funnily enough, I've come down to an area. I know which team this group of people tucking in to wholesome American food here. There it is. Burger, dill pickle, cheeseburger. Hot dog. That's well eaten. The most important thing. Good lady, your name is?
Deborah.
Deborah. I was married to a Deborah once. Anyway, anyway, that's another story. How much did this fine thing set you?
$19 plus a tip.
Right, now, the thing...
It's not cold.
And your team are obviously going to get an absolute shellacking by the Europeans this week.
That's what we've been told by the last radio place that interviewed us.
Okay, now, more importantly, have you got a better chant than just USA up your sleeves?
Yeah, come over, stay sober. Wait.
Yeah, we got a guy over here that says, come over.
Don't be sober.
Yeah, don't be sober.
But what are you going to be chanting?
Come on over.
What are you chanting to the players, other than just USA, and get in the hole?
We got a chant also. We're going to tell your team, go to the guy that says, come on over, don't be sober.
Okay. Well,
they'll need it.
You think we're going to get it? And how many easily are you going to win then, in your opinion?
I'd say it's going to be easy. They're all good players.
Yes. Well,
me and you were there.
You sound defeatist.
I'm just, I'm just a realist.
It's going to be a skunk. It's going to be
a what?
A skunk.
A skunk?
In the United States, that means you get 0. That's a skunk.
A skunk?
Yes.
It's a smelly animal, isn't it?
Yeah. He's such a charmer, isn't he? What a wow! Ding dong.
One of the world's greatest interviewers. I don't know a lot about the fourth hole, Rupert Bell. I can say after that. I did intro that as you walking down, going, and here's where it undulates, and where's the dog leg, and the green sloping left to right. But anyway, you seem like you're having fun, Rupert. How are you?
Yeah. I'm very good. Yes, I met the lady who wants to give me a skunking. What else happened? I've seen lots of other people out there. No, it's been really good. And I just hope the USA chance is not what Ryder Cup is defined by, because it's intellectually on cutting edge, isn't it? It shows a great deal of creativity by the American sports fans, not. But anyway,
I don't disagree with you. It is tricky, I think, because it's not like they go week in, week out. These fans, to come up with the clever chants. I'm not, I'm obviously, are the European chants any better? What are we saying? What are we singing?
I spoke to somebody who's done a very good version of Old MacDonald's Had a Farm and putting Luke Donald's lyrics to Luke Donald.
Clever, yes.
Okay. I think that will be played at some stage on talkSPORT. I interviewed them yesterday. They're part of the sort of big phalanx of you see in the colours, the yellow and blue. And they will be charging to the first tee at 3:30 tomorrow morning. And bearing in mind, we've got the president coming tomorrow afternoon as well, which is creating all kinds of security issues for the organisers here, telling everyone's got to be suggested by 5 o'clock in the morning to avoid disappointment, that you won't get into the course. I mean, it sounds an absolute nightmare for the organisers. So I might as well not go to sleep tonight. Just go into the bar in the hotel and then just walk to the coach, because it takes 2 hours to get in from the hotel. So I can use the 2 hours on the coach as my sleep time before tomorrow's play.
What a good idea. I mean, that happened at the US Open tennis as well, that the final was put back as well. But do you think we have a chance, Rupert? What's the vibe around? There's a weather warning at the moment, isn't there? But what's the vibe at the moment amongst the European fans? And I don't know if you're interviewing the European team at all.
I think the vibe is our time, our place from the European. That's their mantra. They're saying we are ready. We're going to take the challenge. Rory McIlroy's been talking to it. He just wants to get doesn't care who he plays. I want a mass of blue points that I've won. I think they've been as well prepared as ever, but this American team is strong. And if the European team get off to a fast start tomorrow, then I think they have a real chance. They do need to start getting early points and maybe heading into Sunday singles to actually be ahead. But if they're not, then it could be a long road, a long weekend for the European team. But in terms of preparation, I think they're as prepared as any. And remember, it's the same team bar one from the one in Rome.
Do you think, as you say, it's the same team bar one? Do you think we'll see a lot of the same pairings that we had that time?
Possibly. Yes, Tyrrell Hatton, John Rahm. You might see Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood. Justin Rose might be paired with Bob McIntyre. That was successful in Rome. So yes, I do think he'll stick to what he knows, because why not? And because they were successful once before. And the thing is, they're all used to playing out here. So it shouldn't be intimidating from a golfing perspective. They've just got to make sure that if the boos and the sort of comments, the barbed comments, gets to them. But obviously they've been told to try and block out the noise. It's been quite subdued during the build-up, but I do think come tomorrow it will be a different ball game, because they will want to make their presence felt. Colin Morikawa has said, come on, it's been a bit quiet. I want to hear the noise, and I want to hear the chanting. I want to hear the fans rooting for us. But will they overstep the mark? This New York crowd, New York sports fans, subtlety is not the order of the day for New York sports fans. So maybe it could get a little bit beyond what might be deemed acceptable.
I mean, who are the subtle fans in sport? I don't know.
Subtle fan.
I just wanted to mention this, Rupert. It's the first, and you will feel it much more keenly than a lot of us. It's the first Ryder Cup that talkSPORT will have covered without the great Bob Bubka. And it's whenever if you reel off the name Justin Rose, I can only hear it in his voice, and it will be we will obviously cover it brilliantly, and you will cover it brilliantly. It will be such a miss for everyone.
Oh, yes. And he did write, and he loved the Ryder Cup more than anything. He actually wrote a book about it, which I think you can get, giving it a plug, I think you can get it, go on it to Amazon, and I think you can read Bob's thoughts on the Ryder Cup. He loved this, the history of it. He was great friends with Jack Nicklaus, and of course, Jack was part of the desire to open it up, to bring in Europe, along with other members from the European perspective. He really said, we need to expand this to make it a proper contest. And Bob loved being here at Ryder Cups. And, whenever they won, he was crowing, but he spent a lot of time having to watch his team lose, which really broke my heart. But anyway, I really am. We miss him.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of the American journalists will be missing him. But to hear that, in my head, just gee, Bob, I can't even begin to mimic Bob, but he was a man who loved this more than anybody. And as I say, the fact that he wrote a book about it showed what it meant to him, the Ryder Cup. But I just hope if he's looking down, he expects that he accepts that we're going to win.
Good stuff, Rupert. Bobby in Bristol says, I'm picturing Rupert calling in from a monster truck wearing a trucker's cap and cowboy boots. Listen, by the time the Ryder Cup is over, that'll almost certainly be the case. Cheers, pal. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you, Rupert.
Well do.
What a life for Rupert Bell. Just a bit of breaking news. Updates, of course, from Rupert and the rest of the team throughout the coverage. The EFL had just some breaking news on that game between Ipswich and Blackburn. Blackburn 1-0 up. Ipswich down to 10 men in the 81st minute. The EFL board has decided by a majority the fixture should be replayed in full. The decision follows recent precedents relating to the abandoned fixtures intended to uphold the integrity of the league competition, which should, wherever possible, be based on a complete set of fixtures played to a conclusion on the day. Following due consideration, 3 championship directors abstained from the vote. The board recognised this was an incredibly difficult decision, agreed to consult clubs on the best approach to the development of new guidance to be considered in the event of a match abandonment. A new date for the fixture will be confirmed by the clubs in due course. I know we've talked about it a lot on talkSPORT.
Yeah.
I mean, it does feel harsh, doesn't it, on Blackburn if you're 1 up and you're playing 10 men?
79
you never know what's going to happen. Do you just go and play the 11 minutes?
Well, I don't know, because a lot of games now sort of have 5-6 minutes extra time. I don't know. I don't know if you should have a cut-off point in a game when that's the result and that stands. Then when people try and get to that point and then stop, I don't know, Max.
I'm just pleased I didn't have to make the decision.
Oh, no. Who wants to make that decision,
Yeah, you'll be upset if you're Blackburn. You'll be happy for Ipswich. If they'd said we were going to play 11 minutes plus injury time, I also wouldn't have minded. But these decisions aren't always easy to take, is my non-controversial view on that subject. Tim Frickery will join us in a bit. Of course, we've got the birthday spread too.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, time now for today's Bet Builder with our friends at Paddy Power. Welcome to Fern Buckley. We're looking forward to tonight's Europa League match. Aston Villa taking on Bologna at Villa Park. What a lovely place Bologna is anyway. Fern, we all know how the Bet Builder works, but we're raising money for a good cause if we win, aren't we?
Absolutely, yeah, because we're going to make some picks. We've all made different picks of different markets, add them together to get some overall value. Paddy Power have then agreed to put a tenner down, hoping that we get it right, because when we do, all those winnings go to the Attitude Foundation, who do great work with the LGBT community.
Oh, good stuff. Okay, so it's a 5-leg bet builder. Here are our picks. We'll begin with me. I've gone for Ollie Watkins to have 2 or more shots on target.
Come on, Ollie.
Hopefully he
I like
plays.
that, Max, because he's only had 2 shots on target so far this whole season. So thank you for that. No, he's 8 in total, actually, I should say. Just 2 of those on target. But he's could be the answer to Villa's issues, looking for his first goal of the season as well. For him to get 2 in this game is in at 11 to 10. He's a super sub as well, so if for any reason he comes off, we're saved by the fact your bet will move over to whoever comes on for him.
Okay, Charlie,
I have gone for, Villa not been exactly free scoring. I've gone for under 2 goals in the game.
Yeah, I think this is a fair one. It's actually quite a popular one on Paddy Power as well, because Villa, they are having a bit of a tough time at the moment, aren't they? Just 2 goals off 6 competitive matches. Can't seem to find the back of the net. But Bologna aren't that much better, to be fair. 3 of their last 4 Serie A matches have only had 1 goal. So they've actually not conceded either. So not many goals. I don't think this will be a thriller. So under 2.5 goals is in at 13 to 20.
The people's pick. I know the producer's pick. What's producer Sean?
Yeah, Sean's gone for Matty Cash to be booked. He's collected 2 yellow cards in 5 Premier League appearances. Plays on the edge, doesn't he? I can't imagine in a game like this he's going to settle that aggressive style. So for him to get carded in this match is in at 11 to 4, and he's another super sub as well.
Your pick?
My pick. I've gone for Remo Freuler to commit 1 or more fouls. He's another super sub, but he is a competitive midfielder, gets himself into lots of tricky positions, a lot of tackling as well, and I think he could get on the wrong side of the ref. He commits just over 1 for every 90 minutes he plays, so 1 or more fouls from him is in a 1 to 6.
Okay.
The people's pick as well. You got the pick.
I know. I just never spent that much time thinking about how many times Remo Freuler fouls people, but now it will be top front and centre as I watch this game. What are the people? The people are the people who matter. What are the people saying, Fern?
Yeah, absolutely. 10,000 people, guys. 10,000 people have been their bet builder this afternoon that Villa are going to win that. Ooh. So although they're not goal-scoring machines so far, it is a popular one. They have won 3 of their last 5 games at home. Bologna have lost their last 4 matches away. So if you add that together, it could be good for us. We could get a winner in our bet builder. Villa victory is in at 3 to 4.
I'm really enjoying. I mean, maybe it's Bologna, and I've been saying it wrong all my life, but I'm enjoying you saying Bologna. Well, when I'm not Italian, so it might be. It might not be me, but I like Bologna. It's a lovely place to go, it's big student town if you're interested. Lovely cafes in the heart of Bologna. What does that all work out at, Fern?
I've got to just say, by the way, I always get pulled up in the way I say Spag Bog. It's Spag Bowl. So maybe I've got an issue with just saying Bologna, Bolognese, all those kind of...
Spag Bog.
Spag Bog, I know. It's not Spag Bog, is it?
No,
Spag Bog.
No, I've heard people say Spag Bog. I've never heard
Okay, I'm not the only one.
There we go. Yeah,
That's good.
You're talking
Bologna. All in all,
what does it all work out at?
Almost 35 to 1. So from a £10 bet, you can get a return of 360 quid. And if we get it right, all that winnings go to the Attitude Foundation, who do brilliant work week in, week out with the LGBT community.
Lovely stuff. Thank you, Fern. That's Paddy Power's bet builder for today. Minimum odds 1 to 5 per leg. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on. T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Yes, it's Tim Vickery's music, and Tim Vickery is here from South America. Tell us what's going on over there. Tim, how are you?
Hello, Tim.
Yeah, it sounds like a load of old Bologna to me, but how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, very good.
really good. So I thought I'd pick it up before listeners started yelling at Fern. Let's talk about Igor Jesus, because a lot of people thought, Chris Wood would never be unseated spearheading Nottingham Forest attack, but he's scored 2 last night.
And he scored 2 in his first start as well, so he's got 4 in 2 starts. Awuba. terrific player, terrific asset. And a great story, because he was, not that long ago, he was playing unheralded in the Arab Emirates. Botafogo here in Rio, they've got a very good scouting department. They had their eye on him. They got him on a free, brought him back. He started playing for them July of last year as an unknown. By October, he's in the Brazil side, leading the line for Brazil at centre forward. Now, he's lost his place since, but I think he's got a great chance of getting back, especially with this start that he's making. He's so complete as a centre forward. He's strong, he's quick, he can work the channels, he can combine, he can attack space in the penalty area, and now he's off to a flyer. I think you're going to see plenty of good things for him. I think he's a real asset. There are a couple of times just before he moved when he gave displays when he was like a one-man forward line, and he reminded me a little bit of Didier Drogba. And whether he's going to be able to do that in the Premier League, I don't know. But I think he's a fantastic talent and a real asset. You lucky people. I used to love watching him over here, and now you've gone and stolen him from me, and you can watch him every week.
Forest fans would be pleased,
the Premier League does that, doesn't it? Who's competing for that number 9 jersey for Brazil in the World Cup?
Suddenly there's lots of candidates. It's historically, Brazil number 9, but over recent years it's been a problem position. But just suddenly a few Richarlison has had, for the first time in years, he's had a decent pre-season and he's fit and he's raring to go. João Pedro, his visibility in Brazil went through the roof because what he did for Chelsea during the Club World Cup. Mateus Cunha, now he's picked up an injury, but now he's at United. He's got a platform, and there's a couple of domestic candidates as well. So suddenly, from being a position where they were looking around thinking, what we're going to do, suddenly they've got a few more candidates emerging. And no doubt about it, he hasn't been in the squad for Carlo Ancelotti's squads, but I think with this start that he's made in England, I think Igor Jesus has got every chance of getting back in.
Tim, we're getting to the business end of the Libertadores, aren't we?
Yes, we are. We're sorting out the semi-finalists this week. It's been absolutely Brazil-dominated recent years. Last 6 finals have been all Brazilian affairs. Last 6 have been won by Brazil. 4 of those finals have been all Brazilian affairs. That level of domination is unprecedented. We've got 1 Brazilian team and 1 Argentine team through. And tonight, there's a terrific battle between former Premier League players. Flamengo of Rio, giants against Estudiantes of Argentina. Flamengo won the first leg 2-1. But Estudiantes in their tight little stadium. I don't know if you remember their centre forward, Estudiantes, Guido Carrillo. He had a go with Southampton. He didn't do a great deal. But he's one of those old-fashioned number 9s. He looks like he's been carved out of granite. And he's awkward. And Flamengo, they have back from injury Jorginho, the former Chelsea, the former Arsenal midfielder, who has been a sensation since he's come back. And they will look to him to dictate the rhythm of the game and make sure that Estudiantes can't put pressure and give Guido Carrillo a chance. The other place, Sao Paulo, Brazil, they're 2 goals down against a team from Ecuador, but they hope to welcome back, probably off the bench, Lucas Moura, once of your parish, and also maybe Oscar as well, although he I think is further away from full fitness. So Lucas Moura will hope that the spirit of Amsterdam can descend on him and he can help his team wipe out this 2-goal deficit.
Tim, please accept my forgiveness, but we've overrun. We have the birthday spread next. We have to leave you there. I will make sure that Paul and Andy have us fired as a result of this. But always good to speak to you, Tim. Thank you, pal.
Tim.
My pleasure. Cheers.
Tim Vickery there. He'll be back with Paul and Andy next week, and they will give him enough time.
They'll give him all the time.
The birthday spread is next.
sporting director Andrea Berta has made it a priority to hold on to Saliba. Elsewhere, how's Ange Ball working out for Nottingham Forest?
Yes, Forest conceded a goal late on in the game yesterday, but it was really organised defensively.
Yeah.
And particularly considering the pressure and the occasion, I thought that the whole team performance was really good.
That's talkSPORT presenter and Forest fan Max Scott. He was in Spain for their 2-2 draw with Real Betis. Now, ahead of Aston Villa's game tonight, Gabby Agbonlahor thinks Unai Emery is fair to call his players lazy, and the Premier League stats back it up.
There is problems, of course there is, but nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch. And I'm sure the manager will pick the right team tonight to go and get a result.
Villa versus Bologna is live on talkSPORT from 7 p.m. And talkSPORT's US writer Brian T. Smith says everything is leading towards a European away win at this weekend's Ryder Cup.
It's been a disadvantage. We're talking about this, right? The fact that the Americans have to pay their players to participate. Part of it goes to charity, but they're trying to do a PR spin on this, and none of it makes any sense.
Here we go then. This is what it's all about. This is why I agreed to do this. It is the birthday spread. Me v Charlie. Andy Jacobs with the jokes. Welcome, Andy.
How you doing?
Hello, Andy.
I'm
Hello,
very
Andy.
good.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
very
good.
excited, and I need to improve on my performance on last time, where I was humiliated by Charlie. We got good gags today, Andy? What do you reckon?
Not bad. Yes, quite confident.
Oh, that's nice, Andy.
Good stuff. Will they be topped by Jeff Peters? We will find out. Hey, Jeff.
Definitely.
So the last meeting between these boys was the 14th of August, 124 to 75. Charlie was the victor, and I think it's worth pointing out that Max had to go through pre-qualifying to get his chance today. He managed to see off two of the brightest minds on talkSPORT, Gabby and O'Hara. So well done, Max.
Can I say, last time I played a stranger was Danny Kelly, and I lost. So
okay,
I think that drops you down, Max, in the world rankings.
I'm world number 6. I'm world number 6 of 6.
I think Harry. You know what I mean by a stranger.
Hey, come on, we all know the rules. Here we go. Let's play. Here's Pele.
Okay, we get underway with the very fine World Cup winning French footballer Emmanuel Petit.
Oh, yes.
And I introduced him to cricket last summer, actually, and he was a natural. He came in for the afternoon session and smashed the bowling all over the park. I really enjoyed the post-lunch petit fours.
Oh, beautiful.
Now we need to decide who's going first or
yes.
second on this. Now I would say that Max, as the weakest contestant that we have on the birthday spread, you can choose whether to go first or second.
Oh, that's nice.
I'll go first because I know who Manuel Petit is.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say Emmanuel Petit is.
Oh gosh, come on, Max.
57.
I don't think he's that old, Max. Well, that's up to me, isn't it? I suppose. 52.
55.
Oh, there we are, Max. Very good.
Oh, don't
It's Max.
me, mate.
Max 2, Charlie 3.
Okay.
Pat, you're listening to the patronising spread.
Yeah, you're friendly
Well done,
now.
Do you understand the rules?
Wait till we get to number 10. Anyway, it's the Tour de France winner who's later stripped of 7 titles because of drug use.
Oh, yeah.
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, first man on the moon.
No, he's just been caught cheating in a celebrity cooking contest by Paul Hollywood. But as usual, he's cashed in with a tell-all book. It's not about the bake.
Oh, good. Okay. Good.
I liked it.
I see trees of green.
Yeah, oh, he's great, isn't he? He was great. His duet albums with Ella Fitzgerald are really second to none. Lance Armstrong is 68.
68. I had written down a bit younger than that, but I'm going to get a bit closer to you because I just don't want to embarrass myself. I'll go 64.
He's 54.
Oh my God, is he?
54.
54?
Yeah. Yes.
54? Lance Armstrong is 54.
He's
Lance
younger.
Having a terrible start.
He was born on the 18th of September 1971. So Max is on 12 and Charlie is on 17.
A bad start. Terrible start.
Okay, it's the writer George R.R. Martin.
Oh, yeah.
George R.R. And his new book, written in conjunction with Rory Delap and Dave Challoner, is a must for set play coaches in the modern era. You have to read Game of Throw-ins.
Ah, lovely.
Okay, well, at least I know who it is now. That's good. How old?
Max, I know you're concentrating, but you've really got to laugh at Andy's jokes. Otherwise,
I don't need to.
Otherwise, he gets. Honestly, he won't do the second half.
We've had this before. We've had it before.
I'm used to it.
And we've had it for a whole year, and I couldn't laugh because I'm frantically, desperately trying to work out how old Jim Courier is. We all know how it works. I'll send him an appreciative voice note of me laughing after the show. George R.R. Martin wrote Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay, R. Martin. I think he is. Do you know, Charlie?
Max, play the game. Get on with it.
I think I've absolutely no idea. So I'll say, because he's, old people write books, I'll say he's 60.
Wow, saying 60 is old.
That's old.
That was a
this
shame,
company.
wasn't it? I know his Devonshire cousin George Uar Martin.
It's really good.
I don't know how old he is though. I think he's 72.
77.
Ooh, lovely stuff.
Damn it.
So Charlie takes the lead. Max, you were 17 out with that guess. You've done a max there, and you're on to 29. Charlie was 5 out. On to 22, so Charlie leads by 7. Lowest score
by 7. Okay.
Yes, still plenty of time.
Yeah.
The cricket commentator from Test Match Special. Well, I'm trying to encourage you. The cricket commentator from Test Match Special, Henry Blofeld.
Oh, Blowers.
Henry Blofeld. And he collects ancient Chinese vases, and particularly fond of the period 1368 to 1644.
All right.
Yes, my dear old Ming.
Very good. It's very good.
Is it me or Charlie?
Very good.
He's
me.
deceptively young, isn't he,
It's
Charlie?
me.
I don't want to give any clues away.
It's
26,
me.
I think.
Yeah, it'd be very nice. My dear old Ming when he was in Flash Gordon, Andy. It was good, wasn't it? Yeah. Blowers.
Next year. If
Let's go 82 for Blowers.
Blowers. Now, I commentated with him while Andy was playing cricket once. I literally
I remember that.
next to them, and we commentated together in a charity cricket match. 82. 84.
86. Well done, Max.
Well done, Max.
Max, you've pulled
chipping
2
away,
back there.
chipping away.
Yeah, you're on to 31. Charlie 4 out on to 26. Charlie leads by 5.
One away from half time.
Very nice.
Okay, last birthday before half time, the fine actor from the French Lieutenant's Woman. Sorry, I can't even read something out of the paper. It's Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. And I don't know if you know this, but his cousin Ulysses is a massive West Ham fan. You can often hear the crowd at London Stadium singing his name. You Irons.
You Irons.
You Irons, you see.
Really?
Well, I thought I'd sneak that one in because Paul's away.
You were going, names with you. It's tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Ulysses.
I mean, you could have just gone for any old Irons, really.
I've done that one before.
I've done that before.
This is the 5th
I don't
year
think
we've
people
been doing
remember.
it.
Jeremy Irons is 71.
I think you're in the ballpark, Max. Definitely. I'm going to say, I'm not going to go too far away. I'm going to say 72.
Boo. Ooh, 77.
77. Wow. Okay.
God, ancient. Okay, fine.
Charlie,
What's the
5
score
out.
at half time?
Yeah, Charlie 5 out onto 31, and Max is 6 out onto 37. So 6 is the gap at the halfway stage. Charlie is in the lead.
It couldn't be tighter.
He's only 4 years older than me. Thanks.
Yeah, but Andy, they're a big 4 years, Andy. Honestly,
it is at this end. That's true.
I've always thought Irons isn't as you're sprightly. Irons, I compare the two of you often, Andy. I
think Andy would have made a much better Scar in The Lion King. You'd be really good, Andy.
Mufasa will be in the blue square in 5 years.
Hakuna Matata. I mean, what's the point?
That's what it translates as, I think. Anyway, there's still time for all of us to fulfil our dreams, and the second half of the birthday spread is next. Max Rushden and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT in partnership with Toolstation. Stay one step ahead, whatever the job. Next up, Toolstation. If you missed the news earlier on the show, Blackburn Ipswich going to be replayed in full. Andy Goldstein, Darren Bent have their say on Drive After Us. They'll be taking your calls on the subject, so you can get them in now if you want. 03717 22 3344. Charlie, some half-time scores in the birthday spread.
Yes, Chris, the extremely disillusioned Red in Stockport on 22. Charlie only wins when he's working from home. He loves the Beavers. That's a ChatGPT reference. Thank you. Never mind not that one. 26 out at half-time. Liver Sausage Larry. 29 out. Not bad side of Red. Don't know if because the Go-Get-It's are playing, but only 12 out. In a first-half spectacular Regals to follow, Dickey and Beckenham. And on 13, direct hits on George R.R. Morrison and Jeremy Tefal Irons. That's from Mike in Stoke-on-Trent.
All right, let's bring back Pele and let's go back. What are the scores for us, Jeff?
It's Max 37, Charlie 31.
Andy Jacobs, it's all yours.
Oh dear, Andy's on mute. I think you're on mute, Andy. You're on mute.
Is Andy on
mute or he's dropped off?
Himself.
We're getting Andy back on the phone in a minute if we're not careful.
What's the point? What's this ridiculous? Look at this.
What a waste!
What's worse for Andy?
Waste of half an hour at kids' game.
What's worse for Andy is he can hear us. He can hear us, and he'll be absolutely.
Perhaps he could just hold up the name with the Oh, we're getting a dial in. Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Oh, great. Jeff, do you have the jokes there? No, we can't hear Andy. It's marvellous,
I've got the birthdays. I've not got the jokes.
jokes.
I don't really do toppers anymore because obviously it's I get so much grief.
What a shame, Jeff. No toppers.
Well, it's less of a quiz without the jokes. Then it's just how old is Jeremy Irons? You can't make radio on the world's biggest sports radio station with that. What's the news? Where's Andy? We can't leave this halfway through.
We're not leaving
Drive won't be able to start.
Max is getting nervous because he thinks he's in with a chance of winning. So it's like, this is very much like Blackburn Rovers v Ipswich.
Have you sabotaged it? Is there going to be a big? There's going to be a phone. There'll be phone-ins for weeks about
I've unplugged Andy's ISDN line because I think I'm in a chance of losing.
Where's Andy gone?
You've suddenly got empathy with Blackburn fans.
Do you want me to do birthday number 6 without the gag, and Andy can then do it later on?
Let's do it and see if we can guess what Andy's joke would be.
We've had Andy Jacobs on the phone. Brilliant.
Great news.
Back in the day.
What happened?
I don't know. And it's what's good as well is your phone line does make it sound like it's 1946.
Andy in Chelsea. What have you got to say to us, Andy?
What's your point, Andy?
It's Hugh Johns here from Mexico.
Okay, come on then, Andy. Go. Let's rattle through these 5.
Okay, it's the sailor, Laura Decker. Laura Decker. And she's always keen to know the football scores after a day on the water. So after last week's 2-2 draw between Brentford and Chelsea, I told her it was a Desmond Decker.
Okay, I like the joke. Who is it, Jeff? Is it me? Is it me?
Desmond Decker, 2-2.
It's
Charlie. It's me, isn't it? Charlie. Laura Decker. All we're getting is Sailor. Is it, Andy?
Sorry, Sailor. That's it.
That's it. Sailor. Laura Decker.
Sailor. She's a sailor.
Oh, gosh. Not a clue. Not a clue. This could be it. This could be the game here. Max, do you know who she is? He's smiling.
Yeah, I do.
He does know who she is. Oh, and he doesn't know who she is. 50.
32.
He is, in fact, 30.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
So good. Absolutely no idea who she is.
I had no idea.
Absolutely no idea.
Okay.
And do you know what? The nervousness when I said 32 was just too much. Right, here we go. What's that, Jeff?
Okay. Max 2 out onto 39. Charlie, you've had a Max there. You're 20 out and you're on to 51. So Max leads by 12. 4 to go.
I'm not confident today, I will say.
You're never going to see tapping it about
Max
like this in your
leads
life.
by 12.
Here we go, Andy.
Yes, it's the actress from Sense and Sensibility and Downton Abbey, Dame Harriet Walter.
Oh, yeah.
Dame Harriet Walter. And she was playing that game where you remove one block at a time from a tower constructed of wooden bricks with a famous keeper from Italia 90. It was great to see Walter Jenga.
Charlie, quick game's a good game.
It's not Harriet, it's you, Max.
Oh, it's me. Oh, damn. Dame, so pretty old, 80.
About right. About right.
Can you hear me?
77.
Ooh. He is, in fact. Hold on, where is it? 75. No, she.
Good stuff.
75.
Max 5 out onto 44. Charlie 2 out onto 53. So cuts the gap to 9. 3 to go.
9 in it. 3 to go.
Okay.
Chipping away.
Okay.
Okay, it's the track cyclist, two-time Olympic gold medalist, Philip Hines. And his family came over to our house for an escape room weekend, but couldn't manage to find their way out. So after about 8 hours, I gave the order to release the Hines.
Very good.
Track cyclist, Olympic medalist, Philip Hines. Not a clue. No idea. 60. I heard. My trouble is we all heard that then, so that's a shame, isn't it? Puts the game into disrepute, unfortunately.
Does it? 40.
Puts the game into disrepute.
33.
Yeah, it's pointless. Because that's cheating, really, isn't it, Max? And no one.
No, I know who Philip Hines is.
No. You heard Andy laugh at my
I didn't hear
guess.
Andy laugh. I didn't hear it.
You heard Andy laugh at my guess, which makes the game null and void, absolutely pointless.
You can have another name.
Yeah, another name, please, Andy. Thank you.
Okay, another name. Right,
Are you
pick one
serious?
very quickly. Okay, Derek Pringle.
Oh, yeah.
Cricketer. Derek Pringle. He's been suffering from the most terrible, uncontrollable wind. It's typical Pringle. Once he pops, he can't stop.
Very good. Derek Pringle is 70.
Oh, I think that's really good. 69.
67.
Okay. What's that done, Jeff, to the scores?
I'm to work that. I didn't know his age. So Max 2 out onto 46. Charlie 3 out onto 56. So 10 in it, 2 to go.
10 in it, 2 to go. Andy.
Okay, it's the filmmaker. He was directed The Lobster in 2015. Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh, yeah.
Yorgos Lanthimos, yes. His online store is incredible. You're guaranteed to find whatever you want in the Yorgos catalogue.
You pronounced his name very well there, Andy. You didn't do too badly there, Andy.
Thank you very much.
He is 62.
72.
52.
Oh, wrong way, Regals. This has been a mess of a game. It's a pointless game.
Okay, here
There's
we
no
go.
point carrying on.
So the scores are, so Max 10 out onto 56 and Charlie is 20 out onto 76.
Pointless.
So 20
It's
in
been
it,
a mess.
one
I
to
can't
go.
really hear Andy.
Come on, Charlie. Anyway, we're late for drive. Come on, Andy. Let's hit us with one. Please, can it just be Simon Jordan or someone? Here we go.
A lot of these names have been people we know. It's not good.
It's the Lord Lieutenant for West Glamorgan, Roberta Fleet.
Oh, yeah.
Roberta Fleet. And for my birthday last year, Roberta gave me one of those 70s England football jerseys presented to her by Don Revie. I was really pleased to receive an Admiral of the Fleet. Thank you.
How much am I ahead, Jeff?
You're 20 ahead.
Roberta Fleet is 64.
Well, she's not going to be 43. So you've won. So there we are. Well done. Congratulations. Hope you enjoyed it. Waste of half an hour.
What's your guess, Andy? What's your guess, Charlie?
I don't know. 15.
She is, in fact, 16. She's 71.
Yeah, pointless. A pointless waste of half an hour.
Congratulations, Max. You are the winner.
Yeah.
You have beaten Charlie. Well
Waste of
done.
time.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Charlie.
Pleasure.
You'll be okay. Drive is next.
Drive is next.